Hello YouTube, welcome back, thanks for joining us. This is Cryptbeards 20 and it's getting on now, it's getting a bit long in the tooth, this fortress, so hopefully we'll actually see some kind of sort of progress or some form of development going on this session. I mean, it's not guaranteed, there are of course hopes for it, but we can't promise anything of that nature. Ocelot's on his 5th beer, oh my goodness me, and it's a Thursday. Have you got them tomorrow off? 5th beer at midnight. Then again, is it midnight? You're in the UK, aren't you, Ocelot, I think? That's true. To be honest, if you're on your 5th beer at midnight, I feel like, you know, you ain't going to work tomorrow. I don't know, what do you do? Perhaps you will be going to work tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe you work in the evenings. You could be an actor on stage. You could be a stand-up comedian. You could be a night guard person or a doctor or nurse. Could be any of those things, I don't know. Hello Sergeant Indy, welcome back. Tired, going to put you on the big screen and have a lie down. Lots of programming, well that will take it out of you. Even when you're not moving around, thinking like that and doing all the mental arithmetic and jumping around. Not arithmetic, but you know what I mean, all the mental effort. It does take it out of you, surprisingly so. So he's a full-time single dad. Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, you can't really not go to work then, can you? That's kind of, you live at work, so realistically you'll be alright, I think, as long as, and it's half term. Well, it's here anyway, no need to get the kids to school. I'd say maybe not carry on drinking, but you know, don't worry too much about it. Lay in, let the kids, depending on their age, look after themselves for a bit in the morning. I mean, mine are just getting to that age, but still need a bit of supervision. Anyway, enough parent talk, enough dad chat. Let's get on with some dwarf chat. Let's have a little look at the fortress and see where we are. What's the state of play here? It looks like the... Oh no, wait, no, we had a whole time slip. Of course, I was just about to continue playing thinking we've had 2 sieges and all sorts of stuff has happened, but no, we lost everything to a crash. So, this carried on up to the Elven Siege. I believe we've repelled the Elven Siege, if I take a look at others. We've got some merchants. We've got a caged merchant. Oh no, it's an alpaca owned by a merchant and caged. Fair enough. Yeah, it looks like we don't have any free elves, just imprisoned elves, and just the 2 of them. Nice. I like that. Good. We'll have to think of something to do with these caged prisoners, even if it is just to throw them into the volcano. Because, you know, it's nice to throw people into the volcano every now and again. That gives you a deep sense of tradition. Yeah, let's keep looking downstairs. Let's go further down. We've got our carpenter. We've got our dining area, which also has the switch room, and now this hospital. That's a hospital. That's no problem. We've got a hospital there. Although it does appear like all the patients are currently sitting on the tables rather than on the beds, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe they're operating tables. I don't know. We do need a chain made, and we also need whatever the other part of the traction bench is. I think it's just a bed. So if we put a bed and a chain together, we should be able to get a traction bench in there. I'm not entirely sure how valuable they are and how they're used in Dwarf Fortress, but it says the hospital wants one, so I'll try and make one. If I remember rightly, last time we had issues getting the chains made. Some reason no one wanted to actually put them together. Maybe they're made in a craftsdwarf workshop. Traction bed is a rope and a table. Tables are used for operations. Ah, maybe they are there. Maybe they're being operated on. They're sitting right there, opened up on the table, having their guts fiddled with. Doesn't sound like fun, but I think maybe the problem is we don't have a proper diagnostician. So maybe they're just sitting there undiagnosed. All the doctors are sort of standing around looking at them going, I don't know, could be anything. I mean, sure, his leg's bent halfway down the shin at 90 degrees, but he could have a bad spleen, you know? Okay. So that's the hospital area, that's the dining hall. We've got our food being produced in egg form. We've got our distillery, which is probably not being used to its maximum use. Mainly because we're only making anything with plump helmets, I think. Maybe I should get some fruit, start gathering fruit outside. We do have a large number of trees, and enough of them bear fruit and nuts that we could probably whip together at least a chocolate bar or something. Obviously we'd need cocoa and stuff for that. Okay, so down here we've got our forge area. Now, before the crash, I expanded this with an extra forge, but it didn't do anything for the throughput of the things we wanted making. For some reason, chains were being put into the list, and they weren't getting made. But now it seems the copper picks maces are getting done, but it's only going to come round to the silver chain again in a minute, so that'll bottleneck everything up again. We'll look into that a bit later on. I think that's probably to do with a metal crafter or something not being available. I don't know. We'll have a look. And we also need to start getting a bit more sand gathered together so we can do something with this glass kiln or glass furnace, because everyone's singing the praises of serrated glass blades for traps, but I have yet to make a single one. We'll see how it works out. I mean, fingers crossed we can get enough sand together. We should be able to. There's loads on the map. It's just apparently only the surface layer sand, though, not actually deep sand that can be harvested. What else have we got further down here? There's our magma chamber. There's a dormitoire. Is it assigned as a bedroom yet? Or is it fully just a room full of beds? Doesn't look like I've actually made it a dormitory, which is a little bit weak on my part, really. No, I have not made it a dormitory, so I'll do the one nearest the door, and hopefully I'll remember that was the one I used. Enter, make a dormitory. Yes, bingo. Lots more places for dwarves to sleep. I've also got a load of these rooms that I haven't really handed out to anyone. Why is there a corpse? Why is there a corpse on the staircase? How has this ended up happening? Let's zoom in a little bit and find out a bit more. So we've got some pigtail trousers, longwood, Ficod Melbishigos' mangled corpse. Well, why would anybody be mangled on the stairway? We haven't had any enemies get that deep into the fortress, have we? Or are they being carried? But if so, why are they being carried out of the fortress? We've had nothing get this deep in to mangle someone up, and it's not connected to the caverns at this end. Oh well, Mystery Corpse Party starts here. Should show in R. Good question. I mean, it depends how old the corpse is, right? What was his name? Ficod Melbol Brombrom? Etur Peasant Fath. I don't see his name anywhere. Is there a... Oh, here he is. Peasant Ficod Melbishingos is fighting. Okay. No, it's not. It's too old. Okay. So Fuzzy Logic was fighting around the same time. Goblins? I'm seeing goblin fights around the same time. So maybe they were killed when the goblins came? None of my combat reports are still there. Oh no, that's not true. The miner is fighting. And the elf wrestler is fighting. Ah. Okay. Alright, okay. I don't think I'm going to be unpicking what happened there anytime soon. Let's just check down the rest of the fortress. What have we got here? Mason, craftsdwarf, mechanic. What's this? This is a mason as well, isn't it? Yeah, there's another mason's workshop. We've got a bower's workshop, jeweler's workshop, siege workshop, loom clothier's shop, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, last time I made a leather works on this floor as well, which I do appear to have prepared for, because there are a number of leathers in that leather stockpile already. So let's just make a nice little room for the workshop. Nothing too fancy, just a big blocky monstrosity, a brutalist nightmare. There we go. And then we go down a bit further. That's it. That's as deep as it goes. Have we made any attempts to explore the deep caves? Hello, there's corpses in the dormitory up here as well. How far back have we slipped? Where's this cage trap? What's going on? There are a lot of corpses here. I do not remember the end of last session being particularly violent. Have they been hanging around for a while? Oh, we're still doing the memorial slab cycle, aren't we? I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Now we need to whack a few more coffins down by the looks of things, because I saw a few in storage that haven't been brought up here. So let's do that now. B-N. There we go. Burial receptacles. I'll just place these with the mouse for now. Why? Because I can. There we go. Lots and lots of sweet, sweet coffins for burial. Fun times. Very, very not morbid. Wow, okay. It's turning out to be quite the mausoleum. It's interesting that we put the graveyard at the entrance to the fortress, making sure that every single trader, diplomat, enemy just walks past a big old row of our dead. Just gives them an idea of what we're like when we've stopped living. Wow, okay, we're going to have to go to the other side. This is going to start breaking into the grazing area. Especially if we keep putting slabs between these as well. Okay, I may have made quite a few too many coffins, but it's okay. It's okay, they can sit there, it'll be fine. Let's unpause the action and see what transpires. While it's all transpiring... Wait a minute, there's a load of dead elves out here. Elves? Excuse me. Dwarves out here. Oh, no, wait, I remember. Migrant waves arriving mid-elf incursion. That's what caused it. Okay. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. No need to panic. While things are ticking over for a moment, grab a sip of water. We'll let them get those coffins in place and dig out that leatherworks that I told them to. And we'll have a little pop over here to Dwarf Therapist and see what's going on with the lads. 49 adults, 5 children and 4 sweet vulnerable babies. Let's have a little look at who we've got here. How's mining going as a skill? We've got 3 miners on the job, one of whom is also a mason, which doesn't fill me with joy. He's a better mason than the other 2 in the fort. However, I feel... You know what? You can keep your masonry position. You don't have to be a miner anymore. You're only a 0 level miner. We can mine you up later on. We can give you something else to do. You can stay as a mason. What else have we got going on in here? So we've got miners, carpentry. I feel like it might be a good idea to put a second carpenter's workshop in and start training somebody else up, because Parker's our only carpenter, and if he's gone, then we're kind of... Well, then again, anyone can knock out a bed. A good enough bed, right? I mean, sure, it's nice that all the beds in the fortress are master crafted, but is it really necessary? I don't think so. Let's look at our boa. Have we got any boas? Oh, yes, we have. Yes, sorry. We've got Tyrist and Lanicerus as a boa. But I think we'll stick with Tyrist being the actual boa, because Lanicerus is our chief medical dwarf, and that's, you know, not a job you want to stack too much with other duties. What else have we got here? Wood cutting. That's not really a skill I care about. Wood crafting. Got any wood crafters? Okay, Mebzuth appears to be dabbling in wood crafting, but he's also dabbling in stone crafting and bone carving, so I feel like I've made him some kind of multi-talented polymath carpenter, crafts dwarf. Beds make a huge difference if they're good. Well, that's good, because we have a huge number of very high-quality beds. Excuse me, I'm just going to cross my legs on the sofa here. Ooh, I'm sitting on my headphones. Okay. So, okay, well, maybe we do need to get a backup carpenter going. Then again, maybe I could just stockpile an enormous number of beds. I mean, if I've got 200 beds, that's the population cap. We can't really get more people than that. I suppose there's beds for visitors, but do I really care about visitors? I don't think I do. I think I particularly don't care about visitors. Slept in a fine bed is a good mood buff. Well, some of these people have exquisite beds. Truly exquisite features. Let's have a look at our masons. We got any good masons? We have. We've got 3 people trained up in masonry. That's fine. Stone detailers are getting good. Looks like Locum's been doing the bulk of the memorialising slabs. But he's also not a bad stone crafter as well. Maybe he's been banging out a few mugs here and there. I don't think I've had an order in for mugs for quite some time. In fact, I think I've been making nothing but blocks. So we may have to build something quite substantial to end up using the stockpiles we have. Don't care about any of this bullshit in the green section. Let's have a little look at our medical situation. We do have a diagnoser. That's good. But they're also being distracted by trapping, tanning, bone carving. I don't know. I feel like I want you on full-time medical duty because you are our only... Well, I say qualified. You're a novice. But you're our only diagnoser with even an inkling of what to do. Maybe, I'll tell you what, let's go and turn on diagnosing, setting bones and suturing for the chief medical dwarf. Is Bemble being distracted by any other duties? It doesn't look like it, so we'll set them to be top tier for everything else. They've got a little bit of stone crafting, but we can disable that. That's not a big issue. Let's commit before we lose any of these changes. This dwarf here with great dressing wounds and suturing skills. What are you doing? English. Not English. Inod. No, it is English. What have you, are you in a military squad? I bet you are, aren't you? I bet you're in the military. No, he's not. Although we only have 3 people in the military at the moment, so maybe we don't have the grandest recruitment scheme. I'm going to enable all the skills for you as well. Let's scroll down. I think that's our entire medical staff done, so we'll stick with that. Hopefully that'll lead towards some of the people in our hospital getting cured, rather than just laying there. Some of those people could easily be the bottlenecks we've been trying to find in getting the metal produced. What else have we got cracking here? Anything else exciting? We've done our medical dwarves. Farmers. Not, you know... Oh, okay. It looks like we've got 1 farmer who's only level 6. I mean, we're not 100% reliant on farming at the moment. In fact, our farms are outside the fortress, which is not optimal. A water system. We need to get a water system done, don't we? I'm pretty sure I laid out the plans for it last time. I'll have a look down and see. Soap, don't care about that. Wood burning, useless to us. Potash making, can't do that yet. None of this is any use. Plant gathering and processing, got anything going on there? Nope. Brewing. Okay, we have 1 brewer as well. Maybe I should put a few more people on those kind of duties. How's our chef? We got anyone cooking? Cook? Cook. Oh, hello. Yeah, we've got someone who's a pretty damn good cook. We've got a level 9 one, which is a professional cook. Maybe I should put their bedroom down on the food court area. Maybe for a later date. We've got a milker. Great. It's not like we have that many cattle that can be milked. We've got a cheese maker, which is okay, I suppose. What have we got here? Fish. Don't care about fish shit. People turn up who can do fishing like by the dozen. Furnace operator. Yeah, we got 1 of those who's any good. Actually, we've only got 1 person who's even activated to do that. Okay, maybe I need to think about getting a new furnace operator on the go. Come back to that. Weaponsmithing. We have someone who's got it activated, but they're not exactly good at it. They're only a dabbler. They'll level up soon. We're making tons of stuff. Armour-wise, same person. Blacksmithing, we've got someone there. And metal crafting, we have nobody with any metal crafting skill. So I am going to add that to the blacksmith and the armourer's skill set, and hopefully they'll be willing to knock out a few chains for us. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Cool. So that's that. Gem cutting and gem setting. I'm not really worried about that. Spinning, shearing, weaving, clothes making. Well, we've got some good weavers and clothes makers. Maybe we can do something with that. We don't really have the raw materials for making stuff yet, but maybe we'll get some sheep or llamas or something. Mechanics wise, what have we got here? Yes, we've got a couple of pretty good mechanics. Architecture. Do we only have 2 people with it activated? At some point, if we have trouble building stuff, I'll just spam it on everybody. Siege engineering. Do we have any siege engineers? We do, but they're not particularly good. It's old Bemble. And why does your name ring a bell, Bemble? Is it merely that Bemble is a very common name? Yes, there's 2 in this little list here, isn't there? There's a Bemble and there's a Bemble. Okay. Alright, okay, so I'm getting an idea of... Oh, shit. Just randomly assigning tasks. Okay, I think we're doing okay. Let's go back to the fortress and think about that system. Here we go. Why is it here? What's going on? Oh, VS Tape has given birth to a boy. Excellent. Just what we wanted. Another baby. Sorry, sarcasm. So, let's go down... Or is it up? Let's try up first. No, I'm not... Ah, there it is. Look, there's our cistern. Not dug out yet, but we've got miners on the go? Question mark? I don't see them working right now, but, you know, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they'll get round to it. Let's have a little look and see what's going on in the furnaces here. I'm seeing bars going in. I'm seeing stuff being made. They're knocking out a silver chain. Is that good? I think it is going to be good. Look, he's actually working on it. Let's go up to here. and see if we can place a traction bench in the hospital. I think it's in here, right? Traction bench. There it is. It's a capital R, but I'll just get to it through the menu. And then if I can find my cursor... Where is my cursor? Needs traction bench. What? JMQ traction bench. Construct traction bench. There we go. Give me 2 of them. Come on then. Give me 2 traction benches. Hopefully that will work out. We'll get a notification when they're constructed. I don't know where they're being constructed, but fingers crossed. There's another bloody corpse. Look, there's one in the dining hall. What is this about? Look, we have tons of graves. Oh, they're all full. Wow. Okay. Oh, hello. That one wasn't. There we go. B, used for burial. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay, there was a whole swathe of coffins that weren't actually activated for burial, so that's fine. That's fine. We'll just have to go through them one by one. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Yep. No, not that one. Yep. Oh, wow, there's loads of them. Looks like I really beansed it. Okay, that's everything there. These have all been done. That one hasn't. There we go. Keep going. Waiting for construction. Can I not pre-allocate them? It seems slightly annoying that they say use for burial, yes or no, because, I mean, what else are you going to use it for? I mean, obviously you want an opportunity to say which dwarves you want in which coffins, but come on. Come on, don't bullshit me. I think the corpse stockpile is looking a bit full, isn't it? Maybe we should build an access point to that from the external part of the fortress. Sorry, the internal part of the fortress. Dig up some stairs or something. Oh. Even now I've assigned those coffins for burial, I'm not seeing people getting picked up and put in them. Maybe they're more hot for placing new ones. That could very well be the case. I should probably also go and check on the Craftsdorf workshop and make sure that people are actually getting memorial slabs done. Because much as the new people are getting buried, there's still probably a stack of people from that first massacre who are going to be ready and raring to go as ghosts. Kitcrost Amin Muthkat. Okay, add a new task. Alt-S. Buckshot Brigade. Nish. Bergendorf. Cupo. Litast. Rakust. Udil, Kadol, Likot. There we go, that's everybody on that list. Hopefully, soon, we'll have a complete roster of memorials. Oh, a manager's cancelled drink. Horrified. Why is he horrified? Where did this occur? Oh, right next to that corpse. Okay, we do need this guy. There we go. It's partial skeleton. Oh, I guess what's happened. Some of these bodies have been being taken for hauling. I've called an alert, they've been dropped, remained in the task, and then no one's come to pick them up again afterwards? Is that how it works? Nobody seems to be coming to take him, and there are definitely available coffins. No, people don't care. Maybe he just sort of like passed out one day, drunk at his stool, and died, and nobody noticed, like Oliver Reed. And he's just still there, turning to skeletons. Turning to skeletons? That's not what happens, but you know what I mean. Who's, decomposed. Ah, some migrants have arrived despite the danger. Well, that's okay. I'm glad they came. How many are we getting here? There's quite a few. It's probably going to mean we need more beds. I really need to sort the sleeping situation out. This is always a problem with my fortresses. People never have adequate sleeping quarters. And they're still not placing these corpses in the burial receptacles quick enough. It's not like we haven't got idlers. We've got like 20 of them. Okay, let's let them get these things in. Let's let them get the old coffins in. And then once they've done that, we'll have a fun old time saying that they're all available for burial. And then they can get hauled in, right? Is this corpse forbidden? Is it a forbidden corpse? Tell me now. Ah, maybe if I just area unforbid everything. That's probably a good idea. BD... No, that's not right. It's DB. And what was it? Forbid? C, reclaim, isn't it? So if we go over here, and I just say, look at that. All this gubbins. Bang. Pick it up. Pick up the gubbins and the corpses and put them all in the correct place. Here we go. I can use the keyboard here. Oh, there's already someone in that one. Looks like they're all done. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. There we go. Oh, sounds like someone's contributing to chat. Why did none of those get done? That was weird. I thought I'd been pressing B on them. Never mind. Then we go over here. Oh, someone's already in this one. They don't fuck around. Although that is exactly what I was moaning about. Hang on, did I just disable a load of them? I think I did. Yes, I did. Yay, well done me. Okay, they're all done. And then there's these down here. Hopefully that's enough. Control Shift Z, Shift A, Shift F twice. Control Shift Z, Shift A, Shift F twice. Okay. Control Shift Z. Okay. Shift A, Shift F. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we just unforbidded everything in the fortress. Okay. That's very clever. I didn't know that was a thing. Right, hopefully some of these corpses will get shifted now. And we don't have any more forbidden bodies. Forbidden bodies? Oh my. What a phrase. The launcher also has an option for entomb pets. Okay. Fair enough. What are we going to do with this goblin, though? They don't seem to be moving that bad boy, do they? We've still got 12 idlers, even though everything's been unforbidden. I'm going to place another trap in that hole because it's bothering me. BTC. There we go. Made with an allanite mechanism. I don't know what's happened there, but clearly something's gone wrong because there was definitely a trap on that spot before. So many goblins and elves in those cages. We're going to need a bigger stockpile for them. In fact, realistically, we're going to need a lot more stockpiles for quite a few things because we're starting to create way more bars than I imagined, way more metal bars. We're not using them at anywhere near the pace I would like to. I mean, maybe we should start putting in another one of these bad boys. I think we will actually. Let's do it. DH. So I'm going to dig out there. Okay. 2, 3. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. That's the edge. There's the space. There's the edge. 2, 3. Bonk. Okay, and there. Good. Okay, that's 2 more magma forges in. Once they've dug the holes, of course. If our miner can actually make it anywhere, they may actually be somewhat ill. Oh no, Mebzuth is eating. That's fine. That's fine. Who is our greatest miner? I'm just going to reference Therapist quickly. Our greatest miner is, Party Pooper, but Party Pooper is in the military, which could cause problems. They have been tasked with training. Are they actually training? There are people in the room moving around. I'm not sure that is actually necessarily training. This one appears to be a child. There's a planter. Besmar the planter. Have I not made this a barracks? Oh, for fuck's sake. Make a bedroom. Here we go. Excellent. Make a barracks? Yes. The trust orbs, they train here and they sleep here. Brilliant. Cool. There we go. And hopefully now their training schedule will kick in and I need to start making more miners. Let's head over to Therapist and start doing so. Right, let's make sure we don't accidentally try and use military personnel. And we'll put ourselves here in the peasant group. Oh, wait a second. I've got to read. I've got to check all the doors. We had more people turn up, didn't we? Aha! Okay, I'm going to pause the fortress in the background here. This is important work we're doing. Let's have a little look at the migration wave breakdown. Our most recent one contains 15 dwarves. Quite a hearty supply of peasants, a few little children, but that's not a problem. I'm going to sort by profession again. There we go. So, ooh, hello. They brought 3 babies with them. That's a bit much. Fish cleaner, fisherman, gem setter, animal trainer. Okay, there's nothing I'm very excited about there. Level 13 fishing, high master fisherman. Ooh, wow, amazing. Oh, please tell me more. No, wait, don't. What's this guy at the top here? A bookbinder. Okay, that's an unusual skill, but we don't really have the supporting industry to use that skill at the moment. Never mind. So, some of these new peasants... Oh, hang on. Before that, let's check the military. Boring. They've got one person with a bit of discipline, dodging, and... Is that biting? No, fighting. Okay, no one particularly exciting here. So, in that case, you and you are becoming miners. You are going to become a... What else did we need? We needed... You could become one of our weaponsmith, armorsmith lads. Yep, you can do that. Brilliant. Anyone remember what else I needed? Butcher, brewer, carpenter. Did need a carpenter, but we need a second carpentry workshop to make that worthwhile. We'll just do that for now. Get the miners going. That's what's important. Get the miners mining. Right, back to the game. I'll unpause the action. Unpause the action. There we go. And fingers crossed some of that digging will get done a bit quicker. Still not happy about the amount of corpsiness here. We could definitely do with more corpses. I wonder if that constant 12 idlers is the people I've disabled all the hauling from. Ah, maybe not. We've got 8 idlers now. If you make more miners, make more picks. We have got picks on order, if you take a look here at the top. Got 4 more out of the 10, so we should have plenty of picks now. This shouldn't be a problem. We should have 3 active miners going. So if I come down to... Where are we? Oh, is that blood on those tables? They've changed to red. Oh yeah, pools of blood. Not a good sign. But I suppose it's kind of not that easy to avoid when you're doing surgery. I should probably build the magma forges here. There we go. Let's pop that one there. Maybe with a steel anvil, why not? Ah shit, don't make it out of iron bars. That's a stupid thing to make a fucking magma forge out of. There. Okay, there we go. B, W... What was it again? V? Yeah, V. Pop that one there with a steel anvil and we'll make it out of obsidian, because obsidian's pretty cool. And then we'll do another one right there. Bosh, steel anvil, obsidian. Ah, the obsidian forges. Do you have a surgeon though? If you don't, they will get taken to the table and they will stay there to die. We do have a surgeon, but they're not exactly fully trained, so to speak. They have a little bit of a way to go in their medical career. Give me a moment, I'll take a quick peek and I'll see who our best surgeon is. You keep watching this. Not that anything particularly exciting is going on. Where is it? Surgery. There we go. Who's our surgeon? Yeah, level 6. We got a level 6 surgeon, so it's not too bad. Something will happen to them rather than just sitting there and stinking the place up. Oh, it looks like... Were there any corpses in the little garden area out here, or not? Because they're not moving the ones in the bloody bedroom, are they? Can we get these particularly buried? That would be lovely. Bergendorf. Right, okay. They're currently involved in a task. But what is the task? Somebody must be coming to bury them, surely. Fingers crossed. Come on. Who's on corpse clearing duty? That's not like they're the most distant one. I mean, we could easily scoop them up and put them in a coffin. They're right there. Have all of these been assigned for burial? Current owner, ghostly... Oh, Obok the Ghost has this, apparently. Fair enough. Wait a minute, have we actually run out of... Oh my god, we've nearly run out of coffins. Maybe that's the problem. Ah, hello, here we go, look. Yay! The dormitory's been cleared. Apparently some of the coffins up there still aren't actually filled, so that's cool. This one's been suspended, so we'll get rid of that and make sure it gets put down. Okay, what do we do with the goblin corpses? That's more of an issue as well, isn't it? Maybe I can put another corpse stockpile next to the... Is this a corpse or a refuse stockpile? Maybe I'll change the settings and I'll come down and say corpses. E, enable. There we go, and you can put corpses in that stockpile along with the refuse. And then when we don't have any coffins to bury people in, they can temporarily just pop in there. Although ideally burial would be best. What the hell is this shit? Iron shield, iron helm, iron chain leggings, iron mail shirt. Okay. What is that doing in the magma and why didn't it melt? Is iron magma safe? That doesn't seem like it's a right thing. Iron just feels like it shouldn't be magma safe. I'm just imagining it glowing and melting. Okay. How are we doing for memorial slabs? They've taken at least all the goblins' equipment. That's good. Iron is magma safe. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. I'm a fool. If only I had known. If only I had knownly. Let's go back down and see if we can see what's going on with our cistern. How close are we to getting that dug out? Well, there's activity. There's activity, but at the moment it is only a single miner being attended by 2 mine carts. Or wheelbarrows, rather. That's a good point. When we get an actual mine going, I want to try and dabble with some mine carts. I've never really done them before. If you didn't plan a drain, then it's there forever. If you didn't plan a drain, then it's there forever. You mean the magma? Yeah, no, I didn't plan a drain of any kind. I'm a fool. But that's okay, we don't really want that magma gone. Sure, it's annoying that we've got a bit of armour in there, but whatever. I suppose we could build a floor up to it, right? Can they reach down into the magma to pick it up? I don't know. I mean, what we could do is have a retractable bridge that goes all the way around and covers it up, and then when it comes to actual siege time, we just pull it back in. That might be fun. Oh, hello. 10 copper picks have been completed. That's nice. Hopefully the silver maces will be quick to follow. I didn't actually build anywhere near enough, did I? Let's check how many are being constructed. Oh. The silver maces are finished, so let me actually look in our stocks instead. Stocks, not that, mace. Silver mace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's nowhere near what I wanted, is it? Let's see how many silver hammers we've got. That might be the thing. That's not right. Z stocks E hammer 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, barely enough for one weapon trap. I'm going to put in a much more ambitious order. If I want a 3x3 block of weapon traps, I want 10 per trap, so that's 9. I want 90 per set, so for 9 before and 9 after the cage traps, we want 180. Okay, good. A little bit of mental arithmetic there for those of you who enjoy watching people suffer. Hammers or maces? I'm going to go with hammers. Silver warhammers, 180, please. Thank you very much. It's such a shame that lead's so useless, isn't it? If we had more useful things we could make out of lead, it would be much more exciting. But just churning out toys endlessly for trading is meh. A little bit disappointing. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do something about these goblin corpses. They don't seem interested in moving them at all. Maybe if I designate it for dumping? Oh, he's in pieces. His nose, his lower right something, his left ear or eye possibly, and Stozu Bossanor's mangled part. Exciting. No wonder he's taking so long to clean up. He's in pieces. I didn't realise it was that bad. We appear to have a cage here that we can't empty with an elf in it. And that can't empty because we don't have enough animal stockpile space. Right, we're going to make a dungeon. I think that's next on our agenda. Oh, also, cistern. How's the cistern doing? Oh, they still haven't even got into the bloody main area. Why is only one of our miners mining? I'm going to go over to... Oh, hello. Question mark. Oh, intriguing. The chief medical dwarf has been taken by a fey mood. Well, let's follow them and see what happens. Dungeons are harder to make now. You can't empty cages into a pit. Oh, you can't do that anymore. That's a bit of a pity. Right, let's follow and see what happens. Right, they appear to be moving with purpose. Intriguing. A boa's workshop. Now, are we going to see a stack of exquisite bolts? Or are we going to see a powerfully designed weapon? Could be like one of those Mongolian compound bows or something. Very exciting. Okay, so we're following again. Gone for wood. Gone for more wood. Okay, something a little bit more exciting. Some form of gemstone. Raw, uncut. Okay, this is not going to be that exciting, but we'll see. We'll see. If it's a bow, please be a bow. Please be a bow or a crossbow. We'll come back and figure out what's going on there. It's not reliable. Sometimes they escape. Oh my goodness. I'm not happy with that. I don't mind chaining them up though and using them for target practice as somebody mentioned last time. Excuse my hiccups. That seems like an entirely doable thing. Excuse me. Well, that was it. I was going to go to Dwarf Therapist, wasn't I? And I was going to assign my miners to not do anything else so that they can actually get on with the mining. Which is, why they're there, really, isn't it? They're miners. Where has Dwarf Therapist gone? Oh, where has my therapist gone? Oh, where can it be? Need to stop sorting by migration wave. Sort by nothing. These are our miners. Let's get our... Actually, if I do go back to the migration wave, sort by mining, down here we can see who's who. Are they the ones? I can't really... Yes, they've got it activated. Oh, it looks like the item's been finished. Let me just quickly de-designate these two top lads for any of these boring old jobs. Whoa, not them. Or is it them? Yes, it is them. It's not this guy. So you, all the way across there. Lovely. Commit. And then hopefully they'll pick up their picks a bit quicker. You can't get better than a quick pick-upper. Okay, let me just quickly adjust the window a bit. There we go. And we'll take a little look. Loniceras uth ikemdok, chief medical dwarf, has created Manthulmosus et Vuthsibrek, a pomelo wood crossbow. He offers it to the high paper. Let's have a little look at our new pomelo wood crossbow, shall we? Deviance Rooms, the Scandalous Salves, a pomelo wood crossbow. It's worth a bit of money, 27 grand, with a very simple description. This is a pomelo wood crossbow. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of pomelo wood and marquee-cut black pie ropes. On the item is an image of Cradle Tongue, the applewood earring in pomelo wood. Okay, it's not the most exciting imagery, but it's okay. It's okay, and the value is reasonable. I'm happy with that. Well done, Denicerus. Get back to the hospital. You make a live firing range. You make a room with an overhanging fortification and a bridge to lock it. You put in the cages and make a lever to open them when the bridge is closed. Okay. With an overhanging fortification and a bridge. I'm not entirely sure what you're suggesting there. I'm thinking like maybe just like an area, like a platform with a pit around it. Or like a trench. And like a wall behind it and then a pit that they can't get through. I don't know. I don't know. We'll work it out later on. People being chained up seems good. A single tile bridge is like a door. Okay. Just going up and filling the hole. Anyway, there we go. Let's head up to the surface. No, head down here. No, head down here. And then go down a bit deeper to see if our cistern's getting dug. Well, there's 3 people actually taking digging designations down there, so that's good. And I'm quite happy about the fact that they've managed to remove all of the stone and rubble from this tunnel. This isn't something that happens usually, I have to say. Normally, when we have stone and rubble, it stays in the fortress for a very long time. But now, suddenly, I'm having a look, and everything is completely clear. Okay, there's a few bits and bobs down here in the forbidden magma zone. But you know what, they can stay there. The forbidden magma zone is forbidden for a reason, and that reason is primarily magma. I also want to check out my... there's my carpenter's got a bit of wood. My mason, where's my mason? Why does it keep flicking back up here? What's going on? Someone gave birth to a girl. Okay, great. Tell me more. No, wait, don't. There we go. Okay, they're digging that out okay, but it's still taking a while. It appears to be currently in the fortress the only source of stone we have, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, the manager's throwing a tantrum. Why? Why are you throwing a tantrum? The mayor requires something, the captain of the guard requires something. Everyone else seems to have their stuff in line. The manager has all the stuff they need. Was ist das? Why is Datan so upset? What's upsetting Datan? Well, we'll find out eventually. There seems to be a lot of gems in this system. Part of me's thinking maybe I shouldn't dig it out. Part of me's also thinking just a little diggy hole over here could just flood out that ogre, or the Cyclops rather, and we'd never need to worry about his horrible antics again. Then again, do we need to worry about his horrible antics now? Is he still down there? I don't... Oh, yep, there he is, sitting pretty on his pile of dwarven corpses. There's a chest in the middle of the room. Oh, it's a giant elephant leather quiver. Okay. And several spatterings of blood. Yuck. Just what you don't want. Is that dead guy still on the stairs? And is this goblin not going to be removed at all? Why is this final mangled corpse a holdout in terms of our cleaning? Should it not be moved to the dump zone? I mean, this guy here was in bits and he's gone. There's only a little bit of whatnot left. What's that? His lower right something. Well, that's good. That's good. Just a teeny weeny bit left. Oh yeah, prison. Got completely distracted. Then again, I can't really do the prison until we've got the cistern finished because it's using up all of our resources. Never mind. How am I tapping this? Where am I putting my well? I think the thought was to do it on the dining hall floor, right? Kind of makes sense. Yeah. Can you get them? I'm confused now. I think what we'll do is we'll take a little path off here. Like that. And then we'll also just channel down layer by layer, won't we? Can you just put a well... No, there needs to be holes beneath it, don't there? Oh, man. Actually, can you put wells on successive floors? So like have a piece of water at the bottom and then a well on the each floor above? Is that doable? Seems unlikely. Come on, guys, dig it out quicker. This is taking way too long. Mind you, the cleanup is amazing. What is this thing? We appear to have some kind of pet. A cavy ball. Okay, carry on. Wells can go through one another, but not through grids. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Does actually make things a sight simpler. I mean, do I really need this much space? I could have just made it a tiny little corridor. but for some reason I feel like I need to fill it up a large area with water. Then again, we are going to close it off with floodgates, so that kind of makes sense. I should probably get those in place actually, shouldn't I? BX for floodgates? Oh, yes. Very good. So I'm going to put a floodgate there. Do I want obsidian or basalt? No one's going to see these. We'll just make them out of basalt. Put them there and there. And then... do I want to put some further up the corridor? No, I honestly can't be asked to do that. There we go. And then I can link them up to a lever. Up in the area here. Build trap component lever. And then we can bung that there with a Gabbro mechanism. Have any of these been connected up? Let's have a little look. What does that do? Moat magma. Work magma. Oh, sorry. Just a knee sliver. Okay, this one's not connected to anything. Add a new task. Link. Oh, the floodgate's not in place yet, is it? Okay. Forget it. Forget it. So this little marker here. Oops. That little marker there. There we go. Let's. Okay, it's probably going to be just over the place, so it's not too bad. Ah, they've made 40 silver chains. Have they yet built any traction benches though? Let's find out. B capital R. Got a traction bench here. Ah, yes, we've got a hornblende one, and what was it? And a Gabbro one. Cool. Okay, the hospital's starting to look pretty well appointed now. In fact, let me have a little look at its stocks. What have we got? Hospital information. 11 beds. That's not right, but okay. 3 tables, 2 traction benches, 2 boxes or bags, no thread, plenty of cloth, no splints, no crutches, no powder for casts. We've got buckets, but we've got no soap. Okay, so we're making progress. We're not by any means... oh, we do have 11 beds. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I should put more tables in. Looks like we need more people being operated on. And our surgeon does appear to be actually doing the deed, which is nice. Maybe a couple more surgeon tables in the corner. Have we got any tables? Yeah, we've got tables. I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to put chairs next to them so the surgeon can sit down while they do their surgery. Pretty cool, eh? Oh, I didn't know the chest there, didn't I? Okay, regardless. It's looking okay. Ooh, the miners are digging up here now. Does that mean my beloved cistern is empty? Ready to be used? Of course it bloody well doesn't. What a load of old idiot thinking that was. You fool, scoundrel, you fool! Why is there a little recording symbol flashing in the top corner there? Did everyone see that? The little flashing red rec in a blue background? Up here? It doesn't seem... press... I presume that's Control R. Huh. I was recording a macro. Oh shit. Don't want to accidentally trigger that one. That would be a problem. Hello Napalm Firestorm. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. As you can see, things are progressing slowly. Let's go back to the Craftsdwarf workshop and set up a few more memorial slabs. I feel like we're probably behind on production there. Add a new task. Alt-S. Ah, look at this. Logem. Dishmab. Ingiz, Tobal. Edsel, Irvad. Atir, Thicket. Oh, hello. I think we might have caught up. Look at this. Everyone's either entombed or memorialised after this lot. Ah, yes. Fantastic. We've nearly caught up with the ghost situation. Coping with massacres. That should be the name of this stream. I have got 19 idlers. They should be doing shit, but I'm not sure if I've actually got them set up right to do it. We'll get around to it, don't worry. My goodness, Ocelot. You must be careful. Don't make yourself sick. Don't make yourself sick. I'm sticking to like this much apricot brandy. It's good stuff. It tastes great, but I mean, you wouldn't want to drink a pint of it. It would fuck you up. Here come what I presume to be human traders. It could be dwarven. 2 wagons. 3 wagons. 4 wagons. Hello, things are starting to look interesting here. 5 wagons. Oh, what wonderful trade goods have you brought for me this time? 5 wagons, okay. That's a pretty decent number, and they're still bringing pack animals with them, so I'm quite pleased there. We still haven't shifted everything out of our stockpiles, including lots of metal bars and apparently jewels and goodness knows what else, but that's okay. That's okay. I should probably get my lads hauling some stuff up here, shouldn't I? What are we bringing up? Trap components for our spiked balls. There's trap components. Trap components, there we go. And toys, because of course we have an unbelievable quantity of very fine quality lead toys. Of course, some of you may be thinking, scoundrel, doesn't matter what the quality's like, they're made of lead. I'm not going to give them to my children. But they're not technically children's toys. They're collectible toys, or they're kids' toys for elves. See? Can't get pissed off by elves if you've destroyed their race entirely. Where are we going now? Trader required at depot, please. There we go. And then hopefully everything will get sorted out. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I've got no thread. Well, we will have in a minute. I'll be purchasing it from these traders. All of their thread. All of their thread. Am I still making spiked wooden balls? I'm not. And I'm not making lead toys either. We may actually find ourselves in a trade deficit. I'm worried about that actually now. Can we sell these goblins as slaves or something? Oh, excuse me. The manager's still throwing a tantrum. That's not good. Here he is in his office. I can see him getting a bit leery. Hopefully he's gone off somewhere to punch a pillow. That would be ideal, as opposed to a fellow dwarf. Then again, as long as he only punches them and doesn't kill anybody, that's sort of okay, I think. We've got a couple of corpse boxes here that need allowing. There we go. Have these got corpses in them? Let me have a little check. Okay, we've got a space for about 2 or 3 more deaths before we have to start mass producing coffins again. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Ish. Come on, lads, get these coffins up there. I mean, boxes, bins, that's what they are. Get these bins of trade goods. Oh, excuse me. Here we go, sorry. Yeah, that probably didn't actually show for you, but my window went out of focus suddenly and it all got very confusing. That looks like the last of the trade goods going up. Hopefully, judging by the speed they're moving at, they're full of lovely lead toys. But we'll see. We'll see. Come on, people. Come on. Get yourself in there. Get the goods in. Wow, one of them's moving super fast. He's either a very strong lad or he's not carrying the ones with the lead toys in. It's just a few wooden balls left over from the previous production run. Right, is that everything? Nope, still got one going in. Come on. In you pop. There you go. Oh no, still got another one coming. Is that it done? Looks like we're done. Let's see if the broker's in there. Of course they're not. What is the broker currently doing? Resting! Resting. Of course the broker's resting. What else would they be doing with the precious time they've been given to them? They've been given to them? They've had given to them. That would be a more accurate way to say it. Or a more correct way. Come on, guys. Broker? Did I miss the broker going in? Of course not. Let's find the broker. Let's have a little look at what the broker's up to. Broker. Broker. Bookkeeper. Suturer. I don't see the broker. Where is the broker? Bookkeeper, miner. chief medical dwarf, carpenter, engraver, mason, militia captain, manager, broker. There we go. Currently resting. Where's that then? Ah, shit. In hospital. Okay. Can you get right upper leg, left upper leg, and right lower leg removed? Currently unconscious and distracted. Well, you were not the ideal person for this role, were you? Let's go to the noble screen and figure out who we can replace with our broker. Okay, Ral. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to replace you. How do I do that? Oh, replace. So, well, it can't be Ral. It can't be the mayor. Maybe we make our mechanic? Persuader, negotiator, judge of intent, pacifier? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go with the mechanic, I think. Yeah, get them in there. I mean, it's just a placeholder for now. We just need somebody who can actually do a little bit of stuff. Sure, starving foals and llamas. I give a shit. Oh, wait, no I don't. VS Tape stumbling around. That's not good. Come on, you're a parent, VS Tape. You should be ready for anything, just in case. You never know, this is Dwarf Fortress. Your child may wander off into a magma field. It's not unheard of. Okay, we got a trader in here yet? No, we've got to wait for a trader. That looked like a trader going in. It was a trader going in. Let's do this. There's a dwarf therapist thing that can tell you who's the best for brokering. Yes, I am aware of it, but I keep forgetting to use it. You have to keep reminding me about that one. Because it does give you a list of who's got what skills when you're choosing a broker, or any noble to be honest, but obviously it's a bit of a vague, it's just a list of what skills they have rather than how good they are. Okay, let's take a look at our goods and see how we're doing. Let's put all of our balls on the table. Yep, that's cool. Not the silver warhammer. Wood balls. Okay, we still have quite a few balls. Oh yeah, we really don't need to worry too much. I mean, maybe we do. I'm not guaranteeing this is enough. Oh, it's worth 46 grand. Okay, maybe it is. Let's take all of their metal bars just because we can afford it then. Do you want to take their gems? I don't really care about gems, especially because they're all cut. I want to have uncut gems and add value to them. They've got lots of blocks, but we really aren't hurting for blocks, so we'll leave that. Unless they have exciting blocks made out of interesting metals. Steel blocks maybe I'd buy. Lots of raw green glass, we'll have that. Yeah. Do I want clay? I'm not really interested in clay. Take it and use the gems in stuff. Well, we do have a big old stockpile of gems, but we might as well buy them, you're right. Fuck it, it's not like we're hurting for cash. Oh shit, I just undid everything. Oh well. There we go. Back up a load. Where are they? Here they go. Lots and lots of gems. There we go. That's only costing 2 grand. They're still making 43 grand profit. Okay. I think we can cut into that. I think we can definitely buy more stuff from them to make that a little bit more of an even deal. There we go. Do I want fire clay? Not really. I haven't got much use for it. Graphite. Sure, graphite sounds like a fun material to have. Let's get some cave spider silk ropes. Have they brought thread? I don't know if they've brought thread at all, but I'll buy all their ropes, because you never know when you need a rope. You're never going to be quite sure when a rope's going to come in handy. You know what? Water skins as well. We'll buy a shitload of water skins, flasks. Oh, hello. A green glass anriz. What does a green glass anriz look like? This is a green glass anriz. It is encrusted with baguette-cut lapis lazulis, or lazulis. The body is made from green glass. The strings are made from pigtail. The bow is made from chert. On the item is an image of a mango tree in diorite. The anriz is a huge, stationary, cloth-stringed instrument with a glass body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plays the 47 strings with a stone bow. Tuning is possible with adjustable bridges. Tuning is also possible using small levers. Pitch can also be altered by pedals. The instrument has a 5-octave range going from an extremely low to a middle pitch. It has 4 registers. The low register has a reedy, warm, dark timbre. Reedy and warm and dark. I'm not doing my throat any good, that one. The middle register begins at a very low pitch and has a noisy, broad, wobbling, quavering timbre. Oh, it's a stringed instrument. I keep imagining it's some kind of organ or wind instrument, so it's probably going to sound more sort of... Maybe. The high register begins at low pitch and has a strong, bright, quavering timbre. Not the best. The top register begins at mid-low pitch and has a nasal, muddy timbre. I'm not interested in this instrument. It doesn't sound very good to me. We've seen the Nebel, we've seen the Rodnell, I think we've seen the Enog. But let's check. I'm not sure if we have seen the Enog. The mid-sized handheld curved wooden horn. Yeah, we've seen this one. Oh, it's got a slide. Oh, okay, it's a curved wooden sort of like trombone. Okay. Intriguing, but not intriguing enough for me to purchase one. How would cloth strings make a noise? Well, if they're under enough tension, you can get them to make a noise for sure. I mean, I don't think they're like just loose cloth, but if you've got like tightly wound cloth around itself and then you pull it taut, as long as it can sustain a vibration, it'll make a noise. In fact, I think I thought I saw a video about hurdy-gurdies, don't ask why. And I think they said they had cloth strings on the one they were showing there, but I'm not sure if that's just me remembering wrong. Just take the instruments, they're hard to learn how to make on your own. That's true, and we do need to make a tavern at some point. Ah, what the hell, why not? Let's buy some instruments. Batocks, Nebels, Rodnells, Vakans, Igers, Anras, Ethirs, Enogs, that's it. Okay, so we've added about 10 grand onto our bill there, but that's okay. Steel toy hammers. I mean, we could buy all their steel and melt down their steel, couldn't we? Then again, am I that excited about that idea? Not really. Do I want a guinea cock or a KV sow? No. Billy goat? You? Turkey hen? None of these animals excite me. They're going to turn up. We're going to get animals turning up with migration waves all the time. And they're just a pain in the arse to deal with. And they'll give us enough leather and stuff. So we don't really need to muck around. Dwarven beer barrel. We'll have that. Hazelwood, yak milk, persimmon wood, dwarven wine barrel, presumably. Pig's milk. No, I don't want pig's milk. Oh, hello. That's better. Now we can read that, right? Let's go for the dwarven wine. Oh shit, I might as well just take all the milk as well because it's all mixed in. Never mind. Let's just go down here, buy all the barrels and wine and beer that we can get hold of. Dwarven rum. Spider venom, sure. Why not? Why not? Just don't mix them up. Helmet snake venom. Dwarven ale. Apricot wood buckets. Sure, we'll buy some buckets. I don't really need them, but we'll buy them. I could buy a load of these weapons just to bang in weapon traps, but I don't want them to be haphazard. I would like to have the same weapons in each trap. It just feels nicer that way. Don't take the venom since it's useless. This I know, but I have every now and again, I just can't help myself. I want to buy barrels of venom. It just seems like a kind of a baller thing to have. Oh yeah, this is my barrel of black mamba venom. It currently contains enough venom to kill the entire population of the world. Very good. There's a single type of venom that's useful for anything. Okay. I did hear that people were doing experiments trying to coat weapons with venom. But, I don't know. I don't know if that ever actually worked. I heard about people trying it, but I never saw any stories of success. That's an expensive battle axe. I suppose it's because it's made of steel. Weapons. I want to make weapons to train up our forge people. Warhammers, short swords, silver, copper crossbow, cloaks, ironmail shirts, leopard leather toga. Okay, just because it sounds so bizarre, we'll buy that one. Llama wool, low boots, armour, steel shields, iron helms. Nothing particularly exciting here. If you coat a room in gnome blight and a gnome walks through it, they'll start to melt. That's the only use for any venom. All right. Honestly, I've never seen a gnome in here either, Napalm Firestorm, but presumably they must knock around, right? Gypsum plaster, sure, we'll have that. Buy some bags. Sandbags, yeah. Plump helmet spawn bags, sure. Quicklime, why not? Wooden chests, why not? I do need a chest for the hospital. I mean, we could have built it ages ago, but let's just buy it. Lots of bags for sand. Lots of actual bags with sand in. It's good. Okay, some seeds. Dwarven sugar, which I'm sure is a kind of dwarven drug. You want to buy some dwarven sugar? Is it nose sugar or tongue sugar? Whatever you like, baby. That's my idea of a dwarven drug dealer. Maybe I'm way off the mark. Maybe I'm just resorting to stereotypes. But sometimes you just do that without thinking. And that's bad. Let's go bag, chest. Oh my god, is there any... Are we going to get any thread? That would be nice. A bit of thread. Okay, there's a leather bin, and a cloth bin, and a leather bin. They're still making 20k profit. I don't really need to buy all this shit, but to be honest, I may as well. Then we'll never need to buy any more. And we've got to start training up our clothes makers and whatnot, just, you know, with material we have on hand, rather than having to constantly go through the entire production pipeline. Ah, cloth. So much cloth. No wonder they had so many wagons with them. We've got amulets, scepters, bolts. You know what? I've got the money. I'm just buying the bolts. Buying all the bolts. There you go. Trader's making 12 grand profit right now still. So there's plenty of room for me to add more to my list. Oval, jasper, baguette cut pipe opal. Let's buy these gems. Why not? Buy the anvils. Sure, why not? Maybe we can just melt them down if we can't find any use for them. All the food. We definitely want all their food. Anything prepared. That's all good. Pond turtles, cave lobsters, cave fish. Oh yeah, plump helmets. Spinach capers, onions, blackberries. Ah, here we go. Yarn and thread. Oh, this is perfect. This is just what we want in our hospital. There we go. We've got plenty of it now. I'm not going to bother buying all these greaves and leggings. Do I need backpacks? Let's buy a few backpacks just because I'm feeling cash happy. Bismuth bronze corkscrew. No, I don't need any of that crap. Nah. Cheese? Do we buy cheese? Why not? It's food. It's food. We'll put it on the table. What have we got here? Splints. Okay, we need some splints. Probably also going to need to buy some crutches. There we go. So, what else have we got going on here? The Way with Animal Diseases. It's a 700 trade credit book. Let's see if it's worth it. This is a skunk parchment scroll. It is studded with fine pewter. The rollers are made from granite. On the item is a well-designed image of cradle tongue, the applewood earring in red flash opal. On the item is an image of feather trees in melanite. Written on the item is a manual entitled The Way with Animal Diseases, authored by Kifino Mauve Cloisters. It concerns the diseases of creatures. The writing contains some asides related to the author's preferences. Overall, the prose is passable. Disease book, nice. May as well buy it. It is anatomy. Let's have a look at It is Anatomy. This is a Bilu parchment scroll. The rollers are made from jet. Written on the item is a manual entitled It is Anatomy, authored by Inifa Sneakbasons. It concerns the anatomical study of creatures. The writing has a very serious tone, and it artfully indulges the author's fancies. Overall, the prose is masterful. Well, it can go in our collection. Why not? Not really interested in that, or any of this, or any of that. How about a marcasite-bound codex? That could be interesting. This is a marcasite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page manual entitled The Wizard's Guide to Classification, authored by Muya Sunnynotch. It concerns the classification of creatures by their physical features. The writing has rare but particularly exquisite turns of phrase. Overall, the prose is masterful. Well, if they're going to get like an actual taxonomic guide on a single page, then I suppose they're doing pretty good. It's a purchase. a schist-bound codex. This is a schist-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 145-page manual entitled The Great Star Catalogues, authored by Ithi Heaven Silks. It concerns the compilation of information about stars. The writing indulges the authors in every whim. Overall, the prose is splendid. Why not? We're getting some very sciencey books, aren't we? Very sciencey. This is a well-crafted diorite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 94-page manual entitled It All Begins with Maps and the Economy, authored by Ubbel Findershelms. It concerns the placement of economic information on maps. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. We may as well buy it. We're going to be building a library relatively soon. Parchment sheets? I don't think we have anywhere to put those right now. We'll be fine. So, the trader's currently losing 87. Holy shit, we need to take some stuff off. Where am I going to make these gains back? To be honest, I don't want to get rid of any of the food. Maybe some of the musical instruments can go. We don't necessarily need a full orchestra's worth, do we? Let's go page up. Till we find a few of them. And then, oh, hello, calm down. Blocks, glass, rope. Here we go. So if we take off some of these bad boys. Right, they're making £3 profit. They should be happy with that. T for trade. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? Yes, I am. Zon seems willing to trade. Well, there we go. Trading done, and now we have all the little bits and bobs we need for our hospital. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it? Isn't it? There we go. Let's get rid of all of our trading goods from the depot. Or depot, if you want to mispronounce it. And then, no, don't trade. Change the trader at the deco. There we go. Hello, Maria the Destroyer. Buy it all. If only I could. If only I could. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit short of cash. I thought I could buy it all. I thought I had the world at my fingertips. I felt like Scarface with his nose buried deep into a mound of cocaine. But unfortunately, it was all hubris. Hubris. I unfortunately didn't have anywhere near enough spiked wooden balls. But that's okay. Next time, I'm going to put in some orders for spiked wooden balls and lead toys, and then, hopefully, the children of the world of this game will rejoice when they receive them in their stockings, if they have a Santa here. Let's unpause the game and see what these new migrants have. They don't look particularly exciting from this view, but we'll have a look at them in Therapist in a minute, and I'm sure we'll see what they're all about. Who knows, maybe we'll have our first vampire. Maybe we'll have somebody with some useful metallurgical skills. That would be good, wouldn't it? Speed up our throughput of metal bits and bobs. Oh, God, here we go. Liaison. Go away. Oh. Merit deserves a reward, and I come empowered to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Do you have any dwarves to recommend for elevation? What's the benefit here? Realistically, we're just going to start getting nobles, throwing their weight around, being dicks. Let's avoid being absorbed into the feudal hierarchy and attempt for higher order desires. Erush says farewell, sure. Did something pop up on the screen there just for a second? No? I thought it did, but apparently not. The migrants are still coming, although that looks like it might be the last one. And there's a little cavey following them in. Oh, hello. Is that a fish that suddenly appeared there? That looked like a fish just over on the corner there. There it is again. It is a fish. It's a lungfish. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it's not going to be a gillfish, is it? That wouldn't make any sense at all on land. Oafsalot says, I trade prepared food, barrels and pots. It's one of the best because food you can buy can be turned into many times the food you sell. That's a good point. I haven't really been selling any of my food, and I haven't really been paying attention to food stockpiles. No one's complained in a major way yet, so I'm kind of assuming everything's good. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'll look at my stockpiles a bit later on. How is the water system coming along? Is that nearly dug out yet? I'm crying out loud. Nearly, but they're taking their sweet-ass time about it. Well, someone's cooked a masterpiece, speaking of such. That's okay. We'll let them get on with that. It's going to be painful to watch if we just sit there staring at them, so we'll let it go. What else did I want to dig out, though? I can't really put anything in for digging out, can I? Because if I do, it's just going to take people away from digging the system. No, we've got a weaponsmith coming. Let's have a look at our orders and see how many of those orders are left. Oh, they're getting on with the silver warhammers all right. That's not too bad. They're over halfway through the cloth bag orders. Actually, it looks like... yeah, we're not doing too bad. The galena and hematite ore is nearly all smelted. What's this? Golden nuggets, I say. I think we traded for those, though. I don't think we're seeing anything particularly exciting there. I'm actually looking forward to properly establishing a mine, because I've never really done it properly. It'd be nice to just have a few vein minings going on, and then mine carts bringing stuff back up to the surface. I've never really got that deep into it. Nearly that deep, but not quite that deep. Look at our glorious functioning hospital. Let's see how functioning it is. Show me the stuff. We've got thread, we've got cloth, we've got splints, we've got crutches, we've got powder for casts, we've got buckets. The only thing we don't have is soap. Maybe it's time for me to go hog wild and actually include the soap making pipeline. Is this madness or is it genius? Am I IQ 200 or am I QI 002? Okay, really I should start thinking about music instruments. Siege stuff as well. That makes sense. I'm going to put another order in for spiked balls. But I think I'm going to put an order in for spiked... it won't let me make spiked lead balls, will it? For fuck's sake. Phew, this spiked... iron, silver, copper, bronze, steel, bismuth, bronze, adamantine, twisting metal, flowing, searing, rusted, clear blue, frosty, crashing, flashing, dark metal, blazing, wooden, green glass, clear glass, crystal glass. Not too exciting. Okay, we're going to make spiked silver balls, and I'm going to order what? Let's do a proving order of 20 and see how they sell, see how they do for money. Also, rather than making that, let's make those serrated glass discs. Let's see if we can get those done, because I did buy some raw glass. Q, serrated green glass disc. There we go. And you know what? Let's make that a perpetual order, because I just want serrated glass discs churned out, and I've definitely got green glass. Okay, let's have a look at that. Is anyone going to actually attend the magma glass furnace? Doesn't look like the order's been added yet. That's fine. Is it actually... okay, only one person can use it. You know what? I'm going to permit everyone to use it for now. This whole making everybody sleep on the same floor they work on is a fine idea in principle, but I feel like it's more difficult to actually micro than I had anticipated. Still, that's Dwarf Fortress, isn't it? In a nutshell. More difficult than I anticipated. Slightly more awkward than I'd hoped. Hey, they've finished digging it out. All we've got to do now is wait for the wheelbarrows to take all of the cool materials out. What are my masons doing at the moment? Are my masons actually engaged in creation, or are they just buggering about, pretending to work? Let's have a little look. There's nobody in there. If I go down a bit, I should be able to click on it with the mouse. No jobs. Okay. So JMQ. What can I get a mason to do? We already have an obscene number of blocks, so making blocks isn't really ideal. Let's get them making... if I type in stone, there's an interesting idea. Claystone job. Brimstone. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so just typing in stone doesn't actually give you, like... oh, is it rock? It's rock, isn't it? R-O-C-K. There we go. Rock. Rock statue, rock blocks, rock mechanisms, rock coffers, crafts, amulets, bracelets, earrings, crowns, figurines. I don't know. Do we have the weapon, the armor stands and stuff? We need those. Let's make an order for 20 for 2 squads for armor stands. And then if I type in rock again, we can have rock weapon racks. Sure, another 20 of those, please. What else can we give our sweet, sweet masons to do? Not stone, rock. There we go. Maybe some statues to lighten the place up a bit. Let's get some statues made. I'll have 20. Let's just make 50 statues. Fuck it. Let's just have a big old stockpile of them. Hello, Plutonium Jesus. Raw glass is material for gem cutting. You need sand for making the glass trap components. Ah, shit. Well, hopefully we'll have some sand. I did purchase some sandbags, so it's not unreasonable to expect that there would be some sand available in the near future. Are my dwarves currently cycling everything through to stockpiles? They do seem to be going in there. Yeah, they are. Oh no, they're bringing out my trade goods, aren't they? They always seem to leave loads of shit in the trade depot. They never want to move it out. Maybe I just need better storage solutions. I feel like I may be bottlenecking things by not having some massive storage warehouses. Maybe I should do that on the next floor here. Oh, I need to put the leatherworks in there, don't I? B workshop. Where's the leatherworks? It's not the tanner's one. Okay. Oh, the top one. Jesus, how did I miss that? There we go. In goes the leatherworks. Make it out of nice blocks, why not? And then we can start making some stuff out of leather, right? Leather goods. Or maybe leather bads, depending on how good the person making them is. Why is our clothes maker flashing red? Oh, he's wounded. Although not to the red. He's like yellow with a little bit of orange. He'll survive. Hopefully. That would be nice if he survived. We'll see. Looks like they're bringing down the cloth bins. That's good. Oh, actually, that is the stuff they're bringing from the... Okay, so they're moving it all down. That's good. I may actually need to put in some more food stockpiles looking at this. Let's do it. Let's expand the food stockpile situation. If we do little doors there, little access points, and then just... boop. That's good, isn't it? And maybe another one, just because I'm feeling frisky. Why not? There we go. Just dig all that out, and we'll end up with a nice big old space for our food stockpiles. Presumably we have loads of eggs. I'm going to go and look at our food stockpiles and see what's what. Go to the kitchen. In terms of vegetables and fruits, we're all right. We're mainly plump helmet based. That's mainly what we've got going on. Let's have a look at the seeds. What have we got in terms of seeds? Well, I don't think we're going to run out of plump helmet spawn anytime soon. I really need to bring the plump helmet growing indoors. It's kind of dangerous having it outside for so long. I mean, yeah, we do have a nice stockpile of food, but is it enough? I mean, the drink situation is not ideal. Those look like fairly healthy numbers, but it doesn't feel healthy to me. We definitely don't want to be cooking with any of this shit, so let's take cooking off. There we go, no cooking with drinks. And with meat and fish, oh my, we're doing quite well with that. We've got a very versatile little diet going on. Cave fish, page down. Oh wow, we got a lot of stuff. That's good. That's good, I'm happy with that. I could have sworn we had more cheese. Oh, that's alpaca cheese. Okay, we've got various different types of cheese. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, it's back out there. Let's take a quick look at how long I've been recording for. An hour and a half. Well, I'll be taking a break shortly. But before I do that, let's just have a little whiffle around and see what else there is in display. Stocks. Okay, let's look at our bars. Bars, there we go. Aluminium bars, billion bars, bismuth. What's this? Oh, we've got 190 iron. That's not a bad quantity to get moving on. Lead bars. Yeah. Garbage. Nickel, silver, pig iron, platinum, tons of silver, and a bit of steel. I do feel like we should start doing the steel duping trick. Much as I could trade for steel, it's a big old pain in the ass where we could just take one of these bad boys and say, excuse me, just keep turning all the steel into leggings, and then we could make one of these go just keep melting all the leggings. Can I do that? JMQ MELT. No, it doesn't really. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not really an option. Actually, I need to dig out this bloody storage area as well, don't I? We can't just fit all the bars in here. We need more space. We're clearly running out of room. Especially considering that we've got stuff just sitting up in the trading depot. Did I actually get them to... Not yet. They're still taking their time. Might be worth even getting more miners on the go. How's the hospital doing? It looks like different people are now on the hospital beds. Which is interesting. Oh no, Raoul was definitely in there before, wasn't he? Is he feeling any better? He's still looking pretty wounded, but who's to say he could be improving? Warm stone located? Question mark? Not in here. Kidding. No. What? Fuck off. That's not magma on the other side. That's madness. Redig, please. Come on. There we go. Very nice. Although immediately these have all de-designated, so I don't like that. There we go. Ugh. So we have to double designate every single poxy bit of this just because the game gets all eggy about the... Never mind. Never mind. Calm down, scoundrel. Don't get upset. It's only Dwarf Fortress. Doesn't know what it's doing. It's just a dumb game. Don't get angry with it. Remain calm. Cool, calm, and collected. There we go. They've made it past. So why is this bit hot? Oh, I know why. Because the freaking lava moat's directly above. Fair enough. Well, we can deal with that then. That's not a problem. If it's just a tiny segment that isn't going to be dug out, that's fine. I can redesignate all that. I was worried that there was actually some strange pocket of magma up here that was going to be a trouble. But no, it's not going to be a trouble at all. Why am I seeing a surgeon with a wheelbarrow? That's not something you want to see. Let's quickly go over here. Let's go over to therapist and take a little peeky poo and see why our surgeon is currently hauling stones in a wheelbarrow. Let's get diagnosing surgery. So, sort by nothing. There we go. So, where's our surgeon? Plus, there we go. No, they're not doing anything. Ah, this one here. This one's supposed to be a medical dwarf, but they've actually got other skills enabled. And that's no good. There we go. That's committed the changes. Who's this person here? Hello. A professional diagnoser is visiting. Pourquoi? What are you doing here, Olin Berakurist? Oh, wait, we had another migration wave, didn't we? Let's go and check them out. 10 dwarves, none of whom we are actually able to command in any way. What is this all about? Current job, clean patient, drink, store item in bin, store item in stockpile. Well, they're doing shit. But why can't they, why can't we? That's very weird. Why is that happening? Okay, only realistically is the medical dwarf set any good. But what's this? A woodworker and a diagnoser. Interesting. Did I ask a hillocks for workers? Not that I am aware of, no. In fact, I don't even know how to do that. So I mean, if I have asked the hillocks for workers, it was a pure accident. An act of absolute innocence. Okay, let's dig this shit out here. Come on. Dig this shit right out. Come on and dig this shit right out. Therapist gets like that. Refresh, and if it doesn't help, let DF run for a few ticks before refreshing again. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Read. Well, there we go. Plutonium Jesus just solving the problem with a little bit of brain work. Well done. Just a teeny weeny bit of brain work goes a long way. Do I want to make all these medical dwarves do nothing else? No, I think we can afford to, you know. I think we can afford to make all of our skilled medical dwarves stop doing their other jobs. You can't. Medicine's not really something you can do as a hobby. I mean, sure, sounds like fun, but realistically, that's going to lead to issues, right? You want to dedicate all your time. Well, all of your professional time. Obviously, you've got to have a hobby. I'm sure surgeons need to unwind too. What about this one? Have you had your... Yeah, you've done it. Okay. Committing. There we go. That's all the changes done. Is there anything else we were in need of? I can't think of any other skills that were particularly in high demand. We'll leave it as is for now. We'll leave it as is. Let's go back to the game. They've nearly finished digging out these storerooms. That's truly delightful. Let's go down here, and they've nearly finished digging out that one as well, which is also truly, truly delightful. Oh, I'm tingling all over just from the delight from those nearly finished rooms. That's an exaggeration. I was going to say it was a lie, but no, realistically, it's an exaggeration. Still haven't made that extra space, have I, for a little bit of animal stockpiling? I really should. I was going to make some sort of prison, wasn't I? Is our training area working? I don't think our militia's training at all, to be fair. Is this one of them? Sigan the Gem Setter? Let me have a quick look in Therapist. I'll leave you alone, and I'll sort it by squad. Squad. There we go. No, he's not one of our military, yet he sleeps in the military dormitory for some reason. What are you up to there, huh? Yeah? Sleeping in a military bed? Oh, he's unconscious. Does Dwarf Fortress draw a line between the differences between unconsciousness and sleep? Or is that just as good? Is it just him asleep in the bed, or is he actually knocked out? Or anaesthetized even? I wonder if he's anaesthetized. That could be problems. Oh, man, are you going to move all this crap out of here or what? There's definitely space in the food stockpiles now. Oh, no, wait, I haven't actually made them food stockpiles, have I, stupid scoundrel? Here we go. There's one. And there's two. Don't really need to make them separate, but I'm gonna. There we go. Not sure, says Napalm Firestorm. I'm definitely sure I asked the question a second ago. To my eternal shame, I can't even remember what my question was that you're not sure the answer is. So I don't think you need to worry. I wouldn't knock yourself for it. Bars and blocks. That's B. But of course, what we actually want is just a bars stockpile. No blocks, just bars. So I click on it, press S. We go down to bars and blocks. We go across to bars metal. Yes, please. Bars other material. No, thank you. Let's disable. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. What is it? Forbid. There we go. Bang. Just metal bars, please. And then that should yield to slightly better results in the old smelting zone. In the smelting arena. And bring some of the crap out from our trade depot, because I can see bars in there. Gold bars, silver bars, lead bars. Oh, okay, you're not sure if the unconscious counts as sleeping. Yes, yeah. And I would not expect you to know that. That sounds like one of those things that's probably a very deep level of Dwarf Fortress understanding. Only really attainable by the guys who make it. The old bros. The Dwarf Fortress bros. The Addams Family. Oh my goodness. I just realised this game is actually technically made by members of the Addams Family. Amazing. Truly, truly a revelation. Okay. Now that we've got the extra stockpiles dug out here for the food and the bars, I'm thinking we need to put our prisoners down, need to put our prison level down, and it only makes sense to put it near the bottom of the fortress, right? In our deepest, dankest hole. So I'm going to put some stairs in here. Bosh. And we're going to dig off a little tunnel over here and create, you know what? I'm going to do a little justice zone, little room for justice. There you go. And I'm also going to create a number of oubliettes on the side. Look at that. Little tiny, tiny cells that we can pop cages in and have doors on, and then, you know, just lock them up in the darkness forever. Take an elf, take it out of the sunshine, make sure it never sees another tree again in its life, and then just sort of occasionally open up the door and point at it and laugh and spit in its face. Maybe, I don't know, kick it around a bit, chuck it down some stairs. I don't know. I fucking hate elves. Disgusting creatures. Yeah, that should do. There's our justice zone. That should get dug relatively soon. Hello, Tidy You. Indeed, all hail Toady One the Great. He should be hailed by all. In fact, you know what? I think we should start a campaign to get him elected as President of the United States of America. I mean, how bad could that go, right? Seems reasonable. It'll make all Americans sort of, it'll treat them as dwarves, and they'll all end up having to work in what essentially gulags. But, you know, at least there'll be some nice crayon drawings out of it, right? That'd be pretty cool. That's true. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Anybody who you would want, or who would be, you know, a suitable candidate for, you know, president, prime minister, whatever. I mean, they're obviously going to say no when you ask them, aren't they? They're going to say, I don't think so. This looks like... I mean, right now, who in their right mind wants to be the Prime Minister of the UK? Nobody. The only people who want to be Prime Minister right now are either fucking crazy or... Well, there's no other excuse. There's not really any excuse beyond madness, is there? I mean, you have to be absolutely batshit fucking mental to want anything to do with that right now. I mean, it's not just a hot dog shit. It's a dog shit that's so hot, it's like giving off like plasma arcs. It's a dog shit that looks like a plasma ball. That's not my greatest metaphor ever, I have to say. I've probably done much better. But I do now have a quite interesting image in my mind. Exactly. Exactly, Tidy. Exactly. I mean, I wasn't quite sure if what I was conjuring would be like a turd with little purple lightning bolts like crackling off of it, or like a glass ball with a seething maelstrom of shit in the middle that just occasionally goes and blasts out against the glass. I mean, that's kind of the other potential. Turd plasma ball. Where are we going with this? This has gone crazy. Someone's given birth to a girl and immediately started seeking an infant. Well, you shouldn't give birth in pitch black mines, should you? Should you? No. You should go to a hospital or go home. Either way, it's better than giving birth in a mine. Mind you, if you have to, I suppose. If you have to. Come on, dig out my prison. Oh, wait a minute. We've got the system dug and I haven't even bloody put the well in yet. So if I put my mouse cursor in the right place, go down. Yeah, that's perfectly good. Brilliant. In that case, D, we're going to mine out that. We're going to put a little... There we go. Dig out a little area. There we go. And I'm also going to channel out right there. Cool. Very cool. Very cool indeedy. Excellent. And then, of course, I'm going to try channeling all the way down. And once we've gone all the way down, we'll be able to get water in our fortress during sieges, which is going to make things significantly easier to endure. Significantly. Do you have enough room to double dip? Do you mean the well? As in like a series of wells stacked on top of each other, because that might be the plan if we have... It's all a little bit far out, isn't it? It's a little bit far away. We could feasibly put wells on multiple levels. I am not against that. 2 wells are better than 1. Double the trouble, but triple the fun. Just to bastardise the lyrics there. Do you remember that at the end of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? I remember coming out of the cinema, seeing that and being truly moved. You know, sometimes you come out of the cinema and it's one of those movies where it's really affected you, and various ways that can manifest. I remember coming out of The Matrix and wanting to do kung fu kicks and punches and run up walls everywhere. I remember coming out of, this is embarrassing, Blair Witch Project, and actually being a little bit shook up. That was embarrassing, very embarrassing indeed, having seen it again since. What else did I see that really changed me? Starship Troopers is fucking dangerous, because though I now know it as a parodic satire of fascism, at the time it made me want to join the army and kill people, which is, I'm not sure if that's what Paul Verhoeven was seeking. I think he may have been a bit disappointed in me if he'd heard about that. And what else? What other films have changed me like that? There's definitely another one. The one that initially triggered the thought I haven't mentioned yet, but never mind. The Hillocks of Boat Letters has been founded a day's travel to the north and looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. Starship Troopers is an amazing movie, but I'm sad it means that there's never going to be a real Starship Troopers movie. To be honest, I've read the Starship Troopers books, and I genuinely think the Starship Troopers movie is miles better than the books. Miles. Sure, the whole power armor thing is all very exciting, and there's interesting imagery in the books. But what was his name? Was it Robert Heinlein or something? The guy who wrote it. He seemed to be a bit of a dick. And when I say a bit of a dick, I feel like I don't think I could have bared to have been in a room with him. But Paul Verhoeven, top tier filmmaker. Let's look at the list. RoboCop. He did fucking what was it called? Total Recall. That was Paul Verhoeven, wasn't it? Total Recall, RoboCop, Starship Troopers. I mean, the man could have stopped working at that point, and everything would have been he would have been known as a legend forever. Much in the way that what's his face? John Carpenter could have stopped after In the Mouth of Madness and been known as a legend forever. But unfortunately, Showgirls, Ghosts of Mars, fucking John Carpenter's vampires. Oh well. Everyone, I mean, you got to let people fail every now and again, right? They've earned it. You have to consider, though, the Starship Troopers book were like before then, as far as sci-fi stuff. You had like Dune, Starship Troopers revolutionary as far as the genre. When people miss what is that Heinlein's book aren't written from his own perspective. That's true. They're not written from his own perspective, but he was a bit of a dick. Nonetheless, he has a book that's pro-fascism, a book that's pro-total collectivism, where nobody has any individuality. Does he? What's his other book? I mean, because am I mixing up Starship Troopers and Ender's Game? I think I might be mixing up Starship Troopers and Ender's Game. Is it the same guy? Maybe. And a book that's pro-anarchy, where everyone kills each other for minor slights. That's not anarchy per se. But yeah. I think I am mixing up Ender's Game and Starship Troopers. Yes. Orson Scott Card, that was the name of the guy. Yes, maybe I'm being a little bit hard on Robert Heinlein. I'm going to have to revisit the Heinlein canon to reacquaint myself and figure out what's what. But yeah, to get back to the point, Starship Troopers, what a movie. Would you like to know more? And Michael Ironside in that movie. Oh, you know what to do, Rico! Oh, what a movie. Oh, he was. Lama King says Heinlein was pro-fascism. And Scientific Hooligan says no, he wasn't. So I feel like I might have accidentally started a bit of a thing, which might have been a mistake. So quickly, look away. Oh, here comes Robocop. I don't think a lot of people realise the sort of paper thin demarcation lines between some philosophies. Libertarianism has a lot that can easily go towards fascism. I'm not saying it is that. I'm not saying they're the same thing at all. But when you look at the colour wheel of politics, they're closer together than I think a lot of libertarians think. It's a lot more right wing than it is left wing. But, let's not start talking about politics because that's a mistake. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fair enough. Yeah. The old, that kind of thing. But anyway, let's just start thinking about something else other than politics. Maybe dwarven politics. Maybe I should have accepted that thing. Maybe I should have started letting in the nobles and everything. That would have been a good thing, wouldn't it? Because that would have kept me off of this dangerous territory, this minefield. Whew. Speaking of plasma balls filled with dog shit, where was I? Looking at these hillocks. Don't really care about these hillocks, to be fair. Don't really care about them. Let's let the game advance and see what happens. We definitely had so much extra stuff. Holy shit, look at this. We need more bins. That's what we need. JMQBIN. Can I have some wooden bins, please? I'm going to need about 60 of those bad boys. And seeing as we're making stuff out of wood, maybe I should rustle up a few spiked wooden balls, yeah? Yeah. Spiked woo. There we go. Give me 100 and I'm going to chop some trees down. Maybe we should take the elves in the cages outside and then make them watch us chop the trees down. I mean, that feels suitably cruel. But then again, am I a cruel dwarf guy? Maybe I just, maybe I'm not going to be totally cruel. Maybe I should be a nice dwarf guy. And again, that doesn't involve any elf torture, so feels a bit shit. We'll see. Let's dig out these trees over here as well. They're not required for anything. They're probably very valuable fruit trees, but never mind. Okay. Is this my fruit gathering zone? It is. I already have a fruit gathering zone. Have I set the information? Pick fruit, pull berries and tubers, gather fallen fruit. That's fine. It's all good. Hopefully that will result in some question mark? Query? Who pulled that lever? That bridge is very definitely supposed to be... What? It's not even there, look. Where the fuck did the bridge go? Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. Let's click there. Add new task. Pull the lever. Do it now. Let's just make sure that I'm not just being a dunderhead. Let's have a look at chat. Oh god, fucking Starship Troopers 2 is absolutely appallingly bad. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. Although 3 picks up a bit, gets a bit better, and I quite enjoyed some of the Japanese animated stuff that was done. They did like a CG Starship Troopers, which wasn't amazing, but for the time it looked pretty good. Certainly looked better than some shit that's been put out. Did you ensure everything was fire safe? I'm pretty sure that was made out of... It's been around for a while, to be honest. Does anybody have any clue as to what happened there? I haven't seen the 1980s Starship Troopers anime. I have trouble watching older anime. I mean, if... Just... I know that there's some great stuff out there, the Ghibli movies and stuff, but unless it's truly top tier, like 80s, early 90s animation, I kind of have a hard time watching it. I like watching the stuff that's, your Ghost in the Shell level, your Pat Labor, stuff like that, but sometimes watching the older stuff can be tough. Well, I've watched a few older ones, but generally speaking, they need to be really amazing for me to give a little look at. Imgur, let's have a look at this link. He's slightly cross-eyed looking, that lad. Yeah, I can't imagine. That's not well drawn, let alone well animated. Okay, let's build a new bridge then, because clearly the one I had was no good. Build. Oh no, sorry. Build. Bridge. Go. K. That's that. And then U. There we go. Bingo. Which way do we want it to close? W. No. D. That way. There we go. Enter. And I would like to make it out of obsidian blocks if I can. That would be nice. We've got obsidian. That's great. Doesn't look like we have obsidian blocks. Maybe we could make it out of iron bars. That would be kind of baller. Let's just make it out of straight obsidian. Why not? We've got tons of the stuff. There we go. So we've got our obsidian bridge back. Christ knows where the original went. I'm a little concerned. If things are just vanishing in the fortress, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Although, going back to Tidy, talking about things being fire safe, I thought that it wasn't such a huge deal. Certainly with the walls around it are made of wood, so they're not burning. But maybe I didn't make it out of fire safe stuff. The mechanisms have to be fire safe too. I don't think I've made any non-fire safe mechanisms. Construction shouldn't require fire safe once they're placed. Apparently, so I was told, but come on guys, get this built. Get this motherfucker built. No one's interested in actually taking on the job? Is it because I've made all of my masons incredibly busy making inane nonsense? That's almost certainly the case, isn't it? I've put in hundreds of orders for bits and bobs that I don't truly want or need, but just want to keep my lads busy. Nobody's doing shit in this mason's workshop. Why not? Because it's probably the person who can use it is probably fucking forbidden. Craftsdwarf, mechanic, mason's workshop. Let's have a look at your profile. No, anyone can use it. I'm abandoning the everybody sleeps on the same floor they work on for a little while. Maybe once we've got the fortress ticking along nicely and everything's up to standard, we can reorganize, we can refactor the bedroom situation. But for now, it's not likely to work. Architecture and then masonry. You're right. I should give a load of dwarves architecture. That's very true. Let me just take us over there. And here's architecture. I might just give it to everybody. And that way there'll always be someone close by. I don't think it really has a huge impact on anything, does it? Nah. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Our manager's throwing a tantrum again. Come on, Datan. What's the problem? I'll pause. We'll head over to therapist again, and I'll have a look at Datan and see what's annoying him. So, profession. If we sort by profession, we should end up with our mayor somewhere near the top. There he is, Datan. He's got a very bad mood. He's miserable. She is utterly harrowed by the nightmare that is their tragic life. Within the last week, she felt euphoric due to inebriation, horrified after seeing a dead body, interest seeing a fine seat. I know that feeling. Nothing after seeing a dead body, interest after seeing a fine table, annoyed after having a drink without using a goblet, cup or mug, nothing after witnessing death, frustration after being unable to practice a craft for too long, frustration after a lack of a decent meal for too long, loneliness after being away from family for too long. Okay, unable to pray. Not enough abstract thinking. Lonely because they can't make merry. Acceptance after seeing a dead body. Okay. Okay. Hang on a minute. Disgust after retching on miasma and fright after being haunted / tormented / possessed by a dead pet. Oh, I didn't realise pets could come back as ghosts. That is a massive pain in the arse. Oh, speaking of which, we've got another mood. Where is he? Is this him? There he is. Let's have a little watch. Follow what they do. Come on. Find yourself a workshop. A clothier's workshop. That's interesting. That's the second time we've had someone possessed go into one of those. First of all, he grabs some cloth. Nice. Take it down to the workshop. Lovely. What's next? What further embellishments are you going to make to this? Please don't just be cloth. Get something else exciting. Something more than just gems. 3 kinds of cloth. Oh, very exotic. Come on, something that's not cloth. Oh, here we go. Stone. Oh, great. Now they have to lug a freaking massive boulder for miles. Presumably they're not going to want anything else. They're going to start their thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Dwarf therapist is in the way of the stream. You're quite correct. Sorry, I'm watching this little lad here on the stairs haul a boulder down to the clothier's workshop. And why not? Why not? I must say, they got the cloth much quicker. They were all over that. Just bing, bang, bong. Here's your cloth. But the boulder, that's taking a bit of extra time. Come on, give me an exciting item. Show me something cool. Oh, it's going for more shit. Oh, leather. Hello. Leather, stone, cloth. Quite the collect. No, not another gigantic boulder. Fucking idiot. Maybe we won't follow them. But then again, knowing my luck, as soon as I stop following him, we'll be like, oh, I need bones now. I need specific bones from an exotic animal. And I won't be able to do anything about it. Mind you, they never really ask for specific bones, do they? Is that a problem sometimes? Not really sure. Come on. Now, I know I said I wanted lots of interesting stuff, but I didn't mean just cloth and rocks. I wonder how many pieces of clothing in the real world contain actual rock. I mean, I suppose technically asbestos clothing, like Alexander the Great's cloak, is made of rock, isn't it? A block? Why is he taking a block of stone? And how much stone do you need for this? What's not interesting about cloth and rocks? Sometimes they need dwarf bones. Oh, that could be awkward. It's not like we don't have a load of bones available, but just getting them to get them. Just getting them to grab the actual bones. Tee-hee. A little bit of an innuendo pun there. Actually, it wasn't a pun, was it? It was just an innuendo. It was a straight-up double entendre. Bone grabbing. Tee-hee. Well, cloth and rocks on their own I don't find particularly interesting, but I'm intrigued as to see just how much cloth and rock he needs for this. And what is he also using the wood for? Okay, now I'm truly intrigued. Please start construction. Has he started construction? Shit, what more does he want? Okay, a quarry, stacked leather, a quarry, square blocks, a quarry, a forest. Okay, we've got that wood. Skeletons. Fuck. Let's go and slaughter an animal. Z animals. What have we got? Dogs, ducks, turkey hens, geese, reindeer bull. Don't need you. Boop, there you go. Goodbye. What else have we got? Lots and lots of dogs. These need training pretty rapidly. I'll get those going. Cavy boar. It's Fuzzy Logic's pet. We won't slaughter that. We'll let it live. Damn, I need to get these dogs trained for war. How do we do that? W? That's already a war dog. No wonder I can't train it. Puppies aren't old enough. There's a dog. There's a dog. There's a dog. Look at all these dogs getting trained for war. Can't train cats for war. Sadly. I feel like a bag of fully war-trained cats dropped from an aeroplane or a hot air balloon would make for a fantastic battlefield distraction. You know? Maybe not the most ethical weapon in the world, but at the point you're killing people, fuck it. Fuck it. The way you hope everybody else thinks, sure. Okay, so hopefully that butchered reindeer will lead to there being bones available, will lead to there being more progress on our little project here. Come on, give me some of those reindeer bones. Bone, 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 bone. Oh, I know what we do need. JMQ mug. Make rock mug. Just give me 100 of the bastards. Go on. Churn them out. I mean, we probably need about 200 to be fair, considering the population's going to eventually get that high, but oh well. Have they built the bridge? No, they're still hauling the obsidian. So cool. So slow. Did they make those weapon racks, I wonder? JM... I think they did. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Build weapon rack? No, W's for workshop, isn't it? Armor stand. We'll put the armor stands in first. Put them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Can't have any more armor stands. Weapon racks are R. Yes, they are. And we'll pop those down here. 1. Oh, thick. It's getting a bit cramped in here. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's ugly. I know it's hideous, but we'll get round to fixing it eventually. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. There we go. This is a terrible, terrible barracks, but to be honest, it's getting a little late here. It's 20 past 2 in the morning, and so I'm probably feeling a little bit more tired than I need to be. I just put a load of fucking statues in place, didn't I? I didn't put any armor stands in. Or did I? Are they armor stands or statues? Let's have a look. No, they're armor stands. It's fine. Come on, scoundrel. Stop being a Dickens. Gem bin? What the fuck is a gem bin doing here? Huh. Okay, fair enough. How's the bridge going? Oh, I know the KV boar is starving. Or rather, I didn't, and I don't care. Also, some knowledge bomb for you. Diamonds are the hardest metal in Dwarf Fortress. Diamonds aren't metal. Carbon isn't a metal. That's madness. Pure insanity. If I know one thing, it's that diamonds are made of carbon and nothing else, and they're definitely not a metal. No. Diamonds aren't metal. They're a non-metal. Very clearly. Oh, hello. Is it building? Oh, that's not how to do it, idiot. Yes. Okay, they've begun making whatever it is they're making with bits of rock and stone blocks and wood involved. Unusual items for clothing. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll let them see. Someone just fire a crossbow in the training room. I mean, it's not the wildest idea. Obviously, the crossbow in the training room is not insane, but is that a dead horse in here? Who left a dead horse in the dining hall? Rotten stray horse foal corpse. Great. Brilliant. A horse foal corpse. Just what you want. Right, that's dug out. Let's do another one. DH. If I click right there. In fact, if I go all the way down there, hopefully that will work. I could be doing madness here, but we'll see. Might have been the one that was starving. Oh, that's true. Yes, a horse may have starved to death in there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, way fences. I don't care if you're looking to my economy for inspiration. It's a bad idea, okay? Don't do it. It's madness. Feathers are the lightest hammers. That's, I mean, they could be very light hammers, although I feel they might be too light to actually successfully used. Oh, look at this. He's just powering down. Or are they? No, they are not. They've pissed off for some reason. Come on, miners. Get down there. Channel it out. How are they climbing out of there? Ah, you sods. You little sod sausages. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 or 4 things done. That is true. But you've got to remember that when they did that experiment on the moon, it was proposed originally by was it Galileo, the guy who wanted to do the experiments off the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Because he figured out that it should be the case, but couldn't easily prove it without a vacuum. And I'm not even sure he knew it was a vacuum that he needed. Savage Rithnitic militia captain has created Kalurdla, a llama wool face veil. She offers it to the high paper. A llama wool face veil. This is very weird. Throne steels. Let's have a look. It's worth 15,800. This is a llama wool face veil. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular Nice cabochons, decorated with llama wool, sheep wool, and orange wood, and encircled with bands of dog leather and reindeer bone. It is made from llama wool cloth. The thread is midnight blue with dimple dye. This object menaces with spikes of gabbro, obsidian, and Nice. On the item is an image of shining suns in sheep wool. Well, I'm having a hard time imagining it, but it does sound fairly elaborate. Although, what are we using face veils for? I mean, is it some kind of practical dwarven breathing mask for the forges? Or are we talking some sort of, like a stripper veil or something? P.A. There's the animal stockpile. Oh, actually, I need to build cages, don't I? B. J, cage. There we go. I'll put one in there. Can I go to details? I can. Okay. So, the goblins aren't going in the little oubliettes. That's for the elves. So, I'll put that elf in there. Oh, this feels good. Put that one there. Let's find another elf. There we go. Bingo. That's both the elves in. And we'll just make sure they're locked in lightless areas. Fantastic. We'll put doors in all of these just to get them ready for any further elven enemies. There we go. Whoops, a daisy, not there. There we go. I hear you, chap. I hear you. I'll have a quick look. Hold on. Sounds sarcastic in text. After they did it on the moon, they said, "How about that? Mr. Galileo was right in his findings." Sounds sarcastic in text, but it's really sweet if you watch the clip. There's a lot of stuff that they said in those days about the moon and the space, like science and whatnot. That sounds quite quaint to our ears these days, but probably was very cutting edge language at the time. Where were we? Placing more cages. I'm going to put some cages in the middle of the room with goblins in. Why not? A couple of goblin cages. Let's do it. Yay, goblin cage. There. Okay, this is going to be almost as much of a pain in the ass as making all of the memorial slabs. But okay, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Oh, shit. That one's going to be some random cage. We don't need that. Build cage there. Needs an open space. That is an open space. That's a well. Okay, let's try again. J. There's a cage. Place. X. Give me a goblin. Thank you. J. Enter. X. Give me another goblin. 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 Wow, we've got quite a few goblins caged up. J. Enter. X. Give me another goblin. And then we'll do another row separated out there. J. X. Goblin. That's okay. Don't want a kennel. J. Well, actually, maybe we do want a kennel. Maybe not down here, but it would be quite nice to have one to do that training in. X goblin J, enter X goblin J, enter X goblin J, enter X. There we go, goblin. Jesus Christ, sometimes this game can get a little bit tedious. X, come on, bring me down to the goblins. Show me your goblin. I think we've got them all. I think we've got all of our prisoners now placed in our little dungeon zone. Isn't that nice? Oh, VS Tape is throwing a tantrum. It's not an ideal scenario, but hopefully we'll be able to deal with it. Ah, good, the gate's done. So that means we can go down to here. We can click here. We can say add, link up bridge, the rough obsidian bridge. It's the only bridge we've got. And we'll make it with obsidian mechanisms to match the obsidian. There we go, obsidian mechanisms to match the obsidian bridge. Lovely. And then definitely it's all fire safe. Well, magma safe. It's a little bit different from fire safe. And now they've actually placed these cages, we should have a little bit more clearance here to empty out that last elf cage. Although that might be going directly down into the prison, we'll see. Again, with a lot of idlers. Where are all these bad boys going? Oh, I know where they're going. They're going down to the cistern to clear out the crap in there, aren't they? Because we've been digging it out. There it is. Oh, don't do that. There we go. They've got all the gemstones out. We're just waiting for, and all the ores. Just waiting for them to haul out some of these other regular boulders. What is this? Why do we have that left there? Please. Don't leave that down there. It's going to get washed away. And that is not something we want to happen, is it now? Okay. Nobody now wants to dig out this bad boy here. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out another tunnel here. Round the side. You fucking prick. There we go. Round the side here and then connect down. There we go. And then they'll be able to get in there and dig a bit further down. And we can pop a well in, which will be lovely. Okay, one of our miners is stumbling around obliviously. That's not optimal for certain, but I'm sure we'll survive. Right, let's go back down to the food zone. There we go, and place our first well. Build. How do we build a well? Is it W? Of course it's not, that's a workshop. It's L. That's our first well. Enter. We'll make it out of those gneiss blocks. It's good. And a persimmon wood bucket and a llama wool rope with gneiss mechanisms. Fine. There we go. This may actually be the first well I've actually built. No, it's not the first well I've ever built, but it's the probably close to it. I haven't built many. Why are there bars all over the stairs here? This is not what I want to see. Forbidden iron bars. Why forbidden? Okay. Okay. That's all cool. The well is in place. There's still no water in there, but that's not a problem. Hello, what's going on there? Why are we suddenly out here? Oh, someone had a baby boy. Great. Keep the news to yourself. I just don't care about your wee babby. It's going to take a while for the miner to get through here, isn't it? He's going really slowly. Still. It's only 3 or 4 little bits down here and we're all good. I should connect these floodgates up, shouldn't I? And then we'll build a wall in between them. It's not that one. It's that one. Add a new task. Link up a floodgate, F. And I would like you to link to that one. There we go. With gabbro mechanisms and lease mechanisms, sure. And then we'll add another floodgate, F. That one. There we go. Bingo. And then once they've done with that, we'll build a wall in the middle, open it up so they can still finish getting everything out. And then we'll use the channel to tap the water in. And bingo, bango, bongo, we will have a fantastic supply of water. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, keep pressing the wrong buttons. Come on, miner. Come on, you can do it. Penetrate the stone. Get us a little bit of the old water. Yum, yum, yum. Thirsty, thirsty, drinky, drinky. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. He's getting there. And bingo. Start digging down. And yeah, you can do that. You going to dig a bit further down? Or are you going to be a cheesy bell end? Oh, no, he's doing it. He's doing it. There we go. Look, getting all the way down. And into the cistern. Lovely. Although, where are you? Did they just vanish? Oh dear. Let's have a quick look at the announcements. No? Are there any combat reports there? Or dog is fighting, the mayor is fighting, Datan is fighting. Why are they fighting? The mayor grabs the stray dog by the nose with his right upper arm. Oh dear. He's not doing very well here. He's losing his composure against the dog. Oh well. Has anybody... Oh no, look, here comes the first one. You're going to assign... Oh, I can't tell which one they're actually fixing it to. That's a pain in the arse. Still, never mind. Never mind. It's all right, isn't it? It's going to be fine. Right, let's put a well in here. What? Did they climb back up or something? Seems like a bad move. Okay, hopefully we haven't lost anybody. Build a well. Let's put one there. Make nice blocks, buckets, wool ropes, mechanisms. Lovely. There we go. And once the water's down there, everything will be just tickety-boo, won't it? I should probably dig out a little area around here as well, shouldn't I? Make it a little bit more open. There we go. Not 100% necessary, but it'll do. It'll do. It'll make things feel a little better for me. What's the weather like in Britland? Dark, and it was wet earlier, but it wasn't raining when I started streaming. Let's have a look at the curtain, shall we? It is currently not raining, but still everything's wet, so it has recently. There you go, little live weather report. Did I just use the mouse? Yes, I do use the mouse occasionally. However, what you've got to understand is, right, this is me looking at OBS. This is what you're seeing me pointing at. No, actually, no. Here's me pointing at that point on the screen, and my mouse cursor's gone right off the bottom. Oh. Hello, Blind IRL. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. And thank you very much for bringing your crew with you. Very nice. Much appreciated. As you can see, my fortress is still not quite up to the same standards, but maybe there's a little less playtime in this one. Maybe I can be given somewhat of a break. Hopefully. We'll see. Hello, Cooler SK. Hello, Ponzorks. Hello, Blind IRL again. Hello, Listy Burt. And hello, El Nasso. A vile force of darkness. Don't do yourselves down like that. You're not vile. Maybe you're a force of darkness. I don't know. But you don't seem vile. I mean, that opinion may change dependent on your behaviour. But for now, you seem perfectly acceptable. Cold and rainy. Can you give Australia some of that? It's 35 degrees C. Oh, God. I don't know if I could handle that. I have been in that level of heat before when we visited Cyprus. But I don't think I could manage a sustained temperature in the 30s. That would probably kill me off pretty quickly. You have skulls. Well, I mean, now that I think about it, don't we all? I mean, is it possible to be born without a skull? I imagine you'd look pretty freaky. I don't think you'd last very long, would you? Imagine trying to chew without a skull. You would have to have pretty muscular lips. You'd have to have incredibly muscular lips, in fact. Perhaps some kind of atavistic gizzard that could be used for grinding up food instead of teeth? No, the more I think about it, the likelihood of someone not having a skull and being able to still type on a keyboard seems very unlikely. Yeah. That's kind of dark. You've been here before, right? You've been here before. Oh, I wouldn't be a slug. Ugh, slugs are disgusting. I cannot. I'm actually a little bit freaked out. I say a little bit freaked out. I think the correct terminology is phobic of things that don't have bones. Slugs, less so snails because they have that hard bit, the shell that you can pick them up with and chuck them away. Uh, I'm not terrified of, but also not fond of worms. I am fascinated by, but also terrified by all cephalopods, squids, octopuses, cuttlefish. I couldn't touch them. I couldn't be within reaching distance of them without feeling really quite freaked out. But I mean, they are fascinating nonetheless. When you see footage of them underwater, they're incredibly interesting. But if I were to be, physically close to one, I would be retching and my just the thought of it. A very similar feeling to being at height. I'm very scared of heights. I can't do heights at all well. I went to a lighthouse. Where was it? I can't remember the name of it. There's a lighthouse in the UK that you can climb up inside, and they've got this spiral staircase with the most slight handrail. In fact, for most of it, there's no handrail, but they've got this spiral staircase going up around the outside, and I could get about halfway up to the first floor before I just started like wobbling at the knees and trying to crawl back down again. I'm just terrible with heights. Oh. The hillocks of Boltmirror has been founded nearly a day's travel to the north and looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. Oh, that's good to know. They're probably making a very bad mistake, but we'll just have to let them live with that, won't we? I mean, if they're going to make mistakes like that, they're going to make mistakes like that. There's nothing we can do. Gizzard stones, would that do the trick? Well, technically, the stones aren't the gizzard. The gizzard is like a pair of muscles in the throat or somewhere around like that, or the stomach, that grind things. And stones, they do use, animals that have gizzards do use stones to use within the gizzard to grind stuff up, but they're not the key component. The key component is these sort of muscular things. Humans do not have gizzards, but chickens do. And some lizards have gizzards, which is nice because it rhymes. And I don't know about other birds. I'm fairly confident an ostrich has a gizzard. Do ostriches have gizzards? They seem like the kind of creature that would have a gizzard, right? I mean, look into their eyes. I mean, those are gizzardy eyes, right? A creature like that, it's got to have some weird organs. Anyway, where were we? Hello, Tapayok. Brain in a jar. A brain in a jar is less scary than a creature, and a full creature with no bones. I'm not freaked out by body parts. So, like bits of animals that have not been finished butchering and stuff like that. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm not fussed by blood. I can see bone, and it doesn't bother me. That kind of stuff. That doesn't freak me out. But if I see a living creature, leeches are horrific. Can't stand leeches. But a brain in a jar, not so much bothered. That opens up more of a sort of cosmic horror perspective when you see the brain in the jar and go, "Is that thing still thinking? Have the fungi from Yuggoth taken it from the head of its original owner and placed it in this jar, or is it the great race of Yith? Who was it? Is it the fungi from Yuggoth or the great race? It's the great race of Yith that do that." Except they don't do the brain thing, do they? They just transfer consciousnesses between bodies. It is the fungi from Yuggoth who put people in brain jars, right? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Why is there so much meat? Now, there's an interesting question. Let's have a little look at the food thing. Everyone says skulls are creepy. To be honest, human with no bones is so much worse. That's true. That is true. Imagine that. Imagine a horror film in which Mr. Floppy comes half oozing, half muscularly undulating out from behind the sofa to get you. Imagine a killer that doesn't actually have to have a knife or anything to kill you. All they have to do is manage to get close enough and flop over your head like a plastic bag so you suffocate. Imagine that. That would be horrible. Disgusting. And because the bones wouldn't provide any kind of, I don't know, solid frame for the body, everything inside that moved would be feelable. You'd be able to feel their heart beating, their guts moving food. You'd be able to feel the bolus of poop running through their body as it coiled around your head. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, where are we going? Yeah, I was going to look at the meat thing because I wanted to check just quite how much meat was being commented on. It's not looking too bad. The meat's mostly gone. Or was that a comment on... Wait a minute. Why is there a shitload of pond turtle shells here? Still, farmer's workshop, kitchen. Was there a workshop there? Wait a minute. We still have the bridge, right? Okay, the bridge is still there. That's a good sign. Just for context as to why I'm confused, those of you who have just turned up. This obsidian bridge here over the lava moat just vanished earlier, just disappeared. No debris, none of the mechanisms or anything like that were left behind. It just went. And it was made of obsidian. So I don't know what was going on there. And there I was wondering, concerned that this was here because there was some kind of workshop there. And I think there was, but I couldn't tell you what it was. So kitchen, farmer's workshop still. What other workshops do we have that would be food related that I might have put in there? It's not the butcher's. That's over to the right there behind the miasma baffle. Excuse me. Ah, the fishery. So why has the fishery suddenly exploded? Doesn't seem... Maybe they just left it unattended and all the sort of fish guts started to ferment and eventually it just went bang. But that sounds awfully smelly. Then again, there was a shitload of miasma around there before, so maybe that was what it was. It was just the escaping miasma from the rotting fish. What a smell. What a lovely aroma. That's true, Fuzzatron. A brain in a jar, being in a jar, does make it somewhat... I'm not too fussed about cephalopods in aquariums. I can just about bear to be on the other side of the glass from a squid or an octopus or a cuttlefish. However, as soon as they're out of that water, the way they move and the way their formless bodies go flat, octopuses make my blood run cold. Disgusting. I mean, they're interesting and probably quite intelligent creatures by all accounts, but you know, if they ever get that smart, I am definitely going to be calling for a war. I think we need to get rid of them. They're not elves by any stretch of the imagination, but they are terrifying. No, it's true. Tapioca. Tapioca. I'm going to call you that for now because that seems like it might be right. That's true. Maybe we're outside the jar and they're inside. Who knows? But from our perspective, I think it seems that the brain is in the jar. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. El Nasso says UAED with a previously unknown emote that I've not seen. Boga Edna. Very nice. I'm afraid I don't understand the comment, but I appreciate it nonetheless. You were talking about the no bones thing. Of course you were. That's why I've come up here looking for meat and realised there's no meat up here. Yes, I'm not very good at following the thread of conversations. I used to have a group of dwarves who called themselves the Chunky Surprise. Their symbol was a meal and 7 gizzard stones. That's quite interesting. Imagine, I wonder if there's any creatures out there that have, like, they do external food mushing without teeth. I know, like, flies do that whole kind of activity, thanks to The Fly by David Cronenberg. Marvelous movie. But are there any creatures that have to actually mechanically grind up their food before eating it, like collect some stones and go? I'm assuming like toothless apes. I don't think there are like naturally toothless apes, but maybe they figure it out. I wonder how long it'll be before the first non-human primate invents dentures. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? They'd make them out of stones or something. This is a very strange tangent. I'm going to try and catch up with chat. You've got to put the butchers and fishery in the open air. Ah, okay. And they won't be a threat unless they can figure out how to work metals underwater and such. That's true. And it is more difficult for creatures that live under the sea to figure out metallurgy. But with the caveat that I would say it's not impossible. We do have hot vents and such. So the idea that high temperatures are not available in the water is not necessarily true. So maybe they could manage some kind of metalworking. I don't know. It seems difficult. Seems very difficult. I mean, it's very hard to control temperatures underwater. Then again, air heats up as well. Who knows? Who knows? But I do remember this being a severe topic of conversation. A severe topic of conversation? A strong topic of conversation in my last microscope game, which was a lot of fun. We came up with some interesting things for that. And I am intending to do some kind of recorded version of games of microscope in the future, whether it will be like a podcast or a YouTube video or something, I'm not sure. But that's definitely on the horizon. I had a game very recently and it was fantastic fun. Although it was basically me talking at two of my friends for about 3 hours, which for me was great, but maybe I need to check with them to see if it was actually top quality content. El Nasso made a typo. My dinner just got an order of magnitude classier. Oh, did it? And what did your dinner, how did your dinner get? Oh, okay, that was a typo up there. UAED. UAED. So where's the typo? Oh, I yode to have a group of dwarves who called themselves the... Everything falls into place. Like perfectly interlocking segments of a gear train. I understand what you mean suddenly. Amazing. Perfect. You were just pointing out your own typo. Oh, a man after, or a woman, I don't know. A person after my own heart. I'm terrible for correcting myself. I try not to correct other people, but you know, sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes it's very bloody difficult. So, who was saying there that the butchers and do they just need to be outside due to miasma? That's a good point, actually. The fish place does do miasma, doesn't it? The butcher here is fine because it's in this miasma baffle area, which stops it from getting into the main fortress, so only the butcher has to deal with it. However, I should really make one of those for the fishery as well. That makes a lot more sense. Perfectly interlocking? Well, roughly interlocking. Enough to give the impression that they were intended to interlock, if not to actually have them perfectly interlocking. You know what I mean. The gears started turning in my brain and I finally caught up with what was being said. I feel very proud of myself. I'm a big boy. I'm a very clever boy. I'm a good reader. I'm not displaying the t-shirt there. I'm mimicking the notion of putting one's thumbs behind one's braces and prancing around proudly, but it just makes it look like I'm showing you the front of my shirt. It's a t-shirt. It's a promotional t-shirt for a Wii game. There you go. So where are we in the fortress? I've just let it run for ages and now I've probably left us in a situation of dire trouble. Let's get the system sorted because I am going to have to finish soon. I know I said I was going to take a break, but to be honest, that was halfway through the stream and now it seems like it makes much more sense for me just to carry on until the end. Carry on my wayward scoundrel. Possibly. Did they hook up those levers to those floodgates? It looks like it. It looks like it. Let's go back down to the system. Get a wall built in between those. Come on. Where's it gone? Where's my system? Solitary system. Is there still a part of you that wants to flush? Sorry, there's something wrong with me. Build, capital C, W. Pop a wall in we shall build it from blocks because we can, and then we'll go up here and we shall pull the lever. This one, yeah. Let's also give it a name. Can I do that? D for details? No. Oh shit! Just pressed F1 by accident. What about this? Magma, work magma. This is the one I've pulled up to it, but I can't see how to change the name on it. Is it N? Huh. Is it in the workshop profile? No. I could have... Oh, Control N. It's right at the top. What a fucking dingus. There we go. Control N. Water. Actually, let's call it system, just so it's a little bit clearer. A little bit more explicit. An explicit system. Probably filled with some kind of body fluids. Sorry. As I said, there is something wrong with me. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there is something. Right, let's pull the system lever. Add, pull the lever, do it now, and then we'll go down to the system. And hopefully they will open up. Yeah, someone will come down and build the wall, and then we can just do the channel. I mean, are we going to wait for them to clear out all this stone? Feels like it's going to take a while, but then again, it will look nicer when that's done. We could start on some smoothing, I suppose. Now we've got all those memorial slabs done. Holy shit. Holy shit, that reminds me. There is something I've forgotten to do. I'm just going to go over to DF hack, and I'm going to cast a spell. Spellcasting. QUICKSAVE. Thank you. Thank you, Dwarf Fortress, and thank you also, Treguard. Possibly one of the most influential figures of my childhood. Anyone else remember that? I know some of the internationals amongst you may not be familiar with the world of Nightmare, but it was a fantastic kids show when I was growing up. Do 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 do. Only surpassed in my estimation by the Cosgrove Hall animated version of the Terry Pratchett book Truckers, which for a very long time was probably my most cherished piece of media in the entire world. Come on, game, save. Hello, look at chat, see what's going on here. Murder Machine G69, very aggressive name. Are you on a volcano? That lava seems quite high up on the surface. I am indeed on a volcano. I nearly always do volcano embarks. I've just got a thing. I've got a thing for volcanoes. I like them. As you can see, it goes up fairly high. The magma's pretty much right at the top of the cone. And we've got a little bit of clear space up here, which I'm thinking of maybe a temple or something like that. Maybe some kind of sacrificial platform. Maybe even sealing off the top of the volcano so we might be able to abandon and reclaim at some point. Because, I don't know if you know, there's a slight bug in the game. If you abandon a site with a volcano and then reclaim it, the thing basically erupts. I know it's not technically intentionally erupting, and it's actually just a bug with the levels of the magma, but it gives the impression that it's erupting, and it causes absolute bloody bedlam. Absolute bloody bedlam. And for that reason, I haven't for quite a while done one of my classic embark with a shitload of miners, dig everything out, and then reclaim it strategy. But hey, one day it'll make a return. Why is it paused? Okay, let's unpause it and let carry on. Wait a minute, look. Cage traps, gone. They were definitely there earlier. Surely they just removed the cage and not the entire trap, right? Good lord. B capital T C. There we go, that's good. BTC, motherfucker! That's how Ice-T would say it. There goes another cage trap. Basalt mechanisms, lovely. Just what the doctor ordered. Put a trade depot with a support beam attached to it over the lava, with a lever attached to the support beam to drop the elves in the hot drink. That's an interesting strategy. We could do that, although we already did flip a few elves into the air with our drawbridge and have them plop down in our magma moat. So, sorry, lava moat. But I'm not sure I want to have a sacrificial trading depot. That sounds bloody dangerous. I'm sure one of my lads would just walk in and go, "Oh, look at the silk they've got. This is great," and then straight in the water, lava on the surface. The hillocks of Vaultbore has been founded a day's travel to the north and looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. Great, another doomed civilization tries to follow on our coattails. Come on, you posers. You ain't real Dwarf Fortress. You're a fucking hillock. Pitiful. Nowhere near as cool as what we've got going on here. Just move here. Or maybe don't. We have a slight population problem. I have not nearly enough beds in place. That could be to do with me just sitting here fucking running my mouth off for hours on end, though. Because, maybe it could be said that I'm doing a lot more talking than actual engaging with the game. But, if you're saying that, then those are fighting words. And unfortunately, we're going to have to enter into ritual combat, which only one of us can leave at least walking. Because generally speaking, the rules normally are you have to kill each other, but in this case, there's a little bit of leeway, and one of us can just be crippled permanently. So, that's good. Or just don't say it. Build a chair in this hole. There's lots of shit vanishing. I'm seeing furniture, I'm seeing buildings just disappearing, and I'm not happy with it. I feel aggrieved, to say the least. The wall's in place. Fantastic. Just got to wait a little bit longer. Oh, and immediately after my quick save, we get another save. Oh, hello, someone's followed. I should probably have a look at the people who followed and say thank you. Liam12 Fabk? Liam12 FABC? Not quite sure on the emphasis on those letters, but thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. And Fuzzatron, thank you very much for following as well. Maybe you'll get on with the regular viewer Fuzzy Logic. Who knows? You've both got fuzz in your name. I mean, seems like there's some common ground there, perhaps. Who knows? Who knows? If your paths cross, I'm sure we'll find out. Then again, maybe they won't get on. Maybe because they've both got fuzz in their name. They'll be like when you introduce new cats into a house. You ever seen that? My mum has cats. And when I lived with my parents, we had new cats arrive when the old cats were there. And old cats do not like new cats. In fact, they get quite upset and fight to what you believe will be the death. I enjoy your banter, but can we enter into ritual combat anyway? I am a fan. Oh, okay. Well, maybe. And I'm not sure I've got enough baby oil, and I don't know where my fur pants are. But I suppose we could arrange something. We'll have to see. Maybe we could do it through the medium of computer games. That might be a little bit more civilized, if a bit more abstract. We'll see, though. Maybe a mano a mano in Sea of Thieves, perhaps a little ship battle. I don't know. How's ritual combat different to normal combat? Is it to appease the gods? No, ritual combat must follow a very specific format, and it has to be repeated, because I think that's the criteria for a ritual, right? Let's look up what the meaning of ritual is, shall we? It's a fairly unusual word. Ritual. Apparently, Rita Ora, Tiesto, and Jonas Blue have made a song called Ritual, which is on Vivo. Why Google feels like I'm going to be wanting a Vivo result is fucking madness to me. Ritual disambiguation. It's not disambiguation, is it? Definition. That's the word. Ritual definition. A religious or solemn ceremony consisting of a series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. Ancient fertility rituals.
Ritual. Ritual. Ritual.
There we go. That's how it's pronounced by an English person. As an adjective, relating to or done as a religious or solemn rite. So it doesn't have to be religious. It can also be solemn. But according to this, if it's not religious, it has to be solemn. So you can't have a happy ritual unless it's religious. Religious people smiling, fine, while they're doing their rituals. Everybody else, it's got to be deadly serious. Oh dear, we've got a vile force of darkness. Oh, and a follow. Thank you very much. Ponzorks? Pons0RX? I'll go for Ponzorks. That feels right. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Ancient fertility rituals. Anyway, let's ignore the definition of ritual and ritual combat. Let's find out what combat we have on our immediate future. A vile force of darkness has arrived. Press enter. What have we got? Who have we got on the map here? I don't see any elvesies. I don't see any gobos. Here we go. On the right hand side, I see him. What have we got? Dense cloudberry, dense fescue grass. Oh, it's humans. Okay. Interesting. Wasn't expecting a human invasion, but that's okay. Let's press M, go to the military screen, go to the alert screen, and call everybody down into the burrow, because that's probably going to be where they're safest. We'll let that run for a bit. We'll let everyone get indoors. Is anybody actually outdoors at the moment? Just before we get the fucking cistern built as well. Hopefully they can't climb. That would be annoying if they climbed up the well rope and got inside. But then again, if they're that ingenious, if they're that inventive in getting inside the fortress, maybe they deserve to get in. Maybe they deserve it. Okay, it's taking a while. Doesn't look like any more dwarves are coming in, but if we just check where they are, they're not really moving apace. They lack alacrity for sure, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to worry about them. Okay, let's pause again. Let's head down to the cistern and make sure nobody's prattling around in there. Anybody prattling around in here? Nobody's prattling around in there. Okay. And then maybe it's time to just do the channeling quickly, see if we can get somebody down there. This is probably utterly mad. H. Upper floor. Bingo, bango, mongo, dingo. Cool. Let's actually make it priority 1. Just so somebody runs down there. And do I turn off the burrow, or do I just remove somebody from the burrow? I could remove one of our miners from the burrow. But once someone's got down there to do it, then we're all set. We're quite happy to sit in a siege state for a while. Certainly until I've got the weapon traps made up. Oh, hello, what's this? Fuzzy Logic and I will have to enter into ritual combat. There can be only one. Oh my goodness. I mean, first, congratulations on being immortal. Great. Well done. Good turnout. I'd be pleased myself if I found that out. But I don't know if do we need to perpetuate the head chopping off thing? Is that really necessary? Because they say in the first one that there can be only one. But I mean, surely if it had ended up with Ramirez and McLeod, it would have been okay to have 2. You know, I feel like. And then in the third one, it turns out Mario Van Peebles was buried under a mountain anyway. So there was never just one, there were 2. So, I mean, maybe we shouldn't look too deeply into the Highlander continuity. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Murder Machine G69. Much appreciated. Or maybe we should look deeply into the Highlander continuity. Certainly don't ever try and bring the film and the TV series, the films and TV series into line. That won't work. That won't ever work. Although I think there is a film set in the TV series timeline. Or am I wrong? I think there is. The guy from the TV series actually comes from somewhere near where I live, a place called Sidcup, apparently. I think I don't think he lives there. Obviously, he lives in America, but I think he's still got family there. Useful facts. 1v1 loincloths and pigtail socks at sundown. Ooh, that's a brutal way to go. A pigtail sock, just ready to have something put in it. You know, get a little bit of a... The classic is the half brick, but you could put anything solid in there. Say like a fistful of chestnuts, even acorns. I'm pretty sure a sock with enough acorns swung hard enough could do you a mischief. It could certainly leave some splinters. I'm pretty sure of that. What else have we got down here? Rich Hall? Question mark. I've met the comedian Rich Hall. Coincidentally, I've been on stage with him. In fact, I have a photo somewhere of me with him, but that's by the by. Ponzorks, dude, first, cheers from Germany. Second, you're a fucking cool guy. Oh, thank you. I mean, you're making that judgment based on a very small data sample, but cool. I'm cool with that. I mean, the conclusion you've come to is fine by me, but just be aware, you might want to put some more time in. I could be an absolute prick. I could be a fucking monster for all you know. I could have a basement full of dead toddlers. I don't even have a basement. I keep all my dead toddlers in the loft. Where were we? Thank you for your stream and explaining so much so good. Only one question. What in hell needs unrotten extract bearing plant means? Ah, okay. That is... well, I've got standing orders in place. So if you look here, I've got brew drink from plant and brew drink from fruit. I either have no plants or no fruits. One of the two is unavailable, and therefore we keep getting a notification across the bottom in red text, which is saying that because we don't have any unrotten plant, fruit or whatever, they're cancelling the job. But because I've got the manager saying do it perpetually, it's consistently coming back into the queue and getting dropped out again. But mainly the cause of the whole thing, the root thing, is that we set the alarm off and everyone's run into the burrow. and now are cowering from the human attack. And I'm just musing about whether to turn the burrow off for a moment, just to get this water dug, because it would be useful. It would be useful. I mean, I've got the designation there, but will we be able to get someone down there and back? Excuse me. Oh. Good God, that tasted of chicken soup, and I haven't had any of that for days. I must have some kind of temporal vortex in my guts. Anyway, where were we? Let's go look at these axemans. See, they're still quite far away, but I think they are closer to us than the river is. So anybody who goes out there is liable to be severely... I was going to say killed, but to be honest, being dead is kind of digital. You can't really have degrees of death. You're either dead or you're not. So I suppose you can't really be severely dead. I suppose you can. I suppose someone who's been in say like Tutankhamun in a 2,000-year-old sarcophagus, he's severely dead. Nobody's going to be looking at him and going, "Oh, he's still alive, mate. That's good." They're going to be looking at him and going, "This lad's been dead for a while. I mean, he's dusty, he's dry, his eyes are gone." You know, that kind of thing. Whereas if someone's just had the heart attack and may even still be warm, you might mistake them for being alive. You might go, "Hey, you asleep, Daddy?" Sorry. I took that to a slightly too dark place. I'll pull back for a moment, but I really shouldn't be laughing at that either. Well, it's a bit late. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I should probably try and get that one out of my mind. Where were we? Let's have a little look at the chat, because we've gone a little bit further on here. Brandishes a maple cup. "I'm ready," says Fuzzatron. Ooh, I must have been talking about drink a moment ago. "I'd like to second that second. Scoundrel is a cool guy and doesn't afraid of anything." Well, I mean, I am afraid of several things, but none of them are likely to crop up in this stream. So hooray! Let's have a fear-free stream. Going to be lurking, says Blind IRL, trying to figure out Din Din. Well, I mean, good luck with that. I hope you have something nice. Personally, if I was to make a recommendation, I have go-to meals. When I'm left alone in the house, I have go-to meals that I nearly always have. The classic jacket potato, beans and cheese, boiled eggs with dipping toast, and I also love a bit of scrambled egg. Ooh, I love a bit of scrambled egg. Maybe with a bit of bacon, but only if I've got bacon. I'm not going to go and buy bacon just for a scrambled egg sandwich, because I'm quite happily having a scrambled egg sandwich. Squirt of ketchup. Or, now this might be controversial, but I like not to do proper scrambled eggs. Leave the butter out. Get your eggs either in a microwave or a pan. Cook them up. Shake them up with a break them up with a fork, and then squirt in some salad cream. Ooh, gorgeous. I know a lot of people don't like salad cream. You can do it with mayonnaise, but I feel that's a little flat. I like the tanginess of salad cream. And if it's still warm, oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, very nice. Sorry, getting a little bit too into it there. The Ritual pronunciation sounded like Rich Hall, and that's amazing that you met them. I love them on QI. I went to the Comedy Store in Leicester Square. Is it Leicester Square? Near where the Trocadero in London was. The Comedy Store in London, basically, wherever that is. And it was a friend's birthday, and he had us in the front row. And who was the compare on that one? Whoever was like the guy introducing the acts pulled me up on stage and started making a series of jokes about how I looked like Jesus because of the long hair, basically. And we had a little thing. And at the end of it, I assume, to make up for humiliating me in front of everybody in the audience, they let me judge the final competition bit, and I chose Rich Hall as the winner and got a photo of me with him. And in the photo, I look slightly drunk, bit smiley, thumbs uppy, and he looks like something harrowing has happened. So yeah, but Rich Hall, good comedian, and I really recommend the documentaries he did for the BBC. He did like documentaries about not like things to do with the American history. He did one about cowboys and the reality versus the depiction in films, and he did another one about Native American Indians and stuff. And he did that was a fantastic documentary, really quite interesting. But if you get a chance, check them out. They're well worth a watch. Where was I? Thanks, says Ponzorks. You can also remove those alerts in the orders screen. Hit X a few times. Oh. Hello. What's this? J M X X X X X X X X X X. Okay. Let's go for the brew drink one. X. I'm not seeing anything change. Okay. Am I in the right screen? He said. Orders. Okay. Orders. Oh. I'm going to risk it and go for no cancellations. Thank you, Blind IRL. Much appreciated. Very helpful. No problem. You probably will miss the end of the stream if you're going down the gym, Blind. I'm probably only going to be going on for about 10-20 minutes more because we've clearly already hit the wind down phase. I've barely done anything in the game since you guys got here. So, and it's 3:12 in the morning. So, I would kind of like to get into bed before 4:30, 5 o'clock, because that means I'll be able to get up in time to do some of the stuff I have to do tomorrow. But we'll see. Might be a stream tomorrow, just in case anyone's interested. I'm not guaranteeing it, but it's just me and my son at home for the night, and I've promised him a late night. He wants to do some stop motion animation during the day, and then we're going to do a late night movie night where he gets to stay up until he's too tired to stay awake. But if he decides he wants to, we might do some streaming. Bearing in mind, those of you who've not seen him, he's 8, so it's not. Sometimes he can get a bit excited, maybe a bit incoherent, but it's worth it. If you're interested, maybe join us. Who knows? Maybe he'll want to go to bed early. Like, that's going to fucking happen, and I'll get to stream in the evening. But we'll see. Anyway, where are we going? I'd say a corpse. Hang on. I'd say a corpse mangled to the point of being unraisable by a necromancer is considerably dead. That's true. Maybe. Once you've been cremated, you're probably severely dead. Then again, that's bringing to mind the Return of the Living Dead films. I love the Return of the Living Dead. The first one, fantastic. Second film, not as good, but okay. Third film, on later hindsight, having seen it more recently, it's definitely a downward trajectory for the quality of the films. But at the time, when I was a kid, I remember thinking the girl in it was so hot that my testicles might explode. But thankfully they didn't, which was handy because it would certainly have affected my gait. Anyway, where were we? I live alone now, so as someone who always did the cooking, I'll probably end up with half a squash stuffed with whatever I have. That's nice. I like that experimental willingness, the ability to look in the cupboard and go, what have I got? And what can I do with what I've got? Not like me. I'm very much a creature of habit. I have eaten boiled eggs like 4 days, 5 days on the trot when I've been left at home alone. And then, depending on what era of my life it occurred in, either my girlfriend or my mum came back and went, have you only eaten eggs? And I'll be on the sofa going, yes, it's formed horrible white concrete in my intestines. I shouldn't have eaten so many eggs. But, it's the way the world goes, isn't it? Sometimes you just get addicted to eggs. You end up eating too many. Anyway, where were we? Eggs in a basket. Easy and delicious, especially with a little melty cheese. Eggs in a basket? Are we talking like boiled eggs? Or I'm not familiar with the name of the dish. And I'm pretty sure if I Google eggs in a basket, I'm going to get like hundreds of Easter arrangements in Google Images. You're welcome for the recommend, Claycree, no problem. Go to the game screen or the default tab menu. It saves a few FPS when you're in a barrow. Okay. Go to the game screen, the default tab menu. What, like that? Does that affect FPS? Intriguing. I mean, I normally play with the things on because I have to look up the controls, but you're right, it does look a bit better like that, doesn't it? That is a little bit nicer. Depends on the time, says Sergeant Indy. Eggs in a basket, eggs in the hole. Eggs in the hole. Surely that's what you say when you've thrown one like a grenade into a room. A stinking old rotten egg. You go, eggs in the hole, and then everyone else dives on the floor. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Lots of names for it. Cut a hole out of a piece of bread, toss it in a pan, and plop an egg in the hole. Oh, yes. Yes. I've seen it done. I've never heard it named before. I'm familiar with doing like eggy bread, where you just get the whisked up egg and you put the bread in, soak it all up, and then fry that. That's something I'm familiar with. But yeah, that makes sense. Put it in the hole. That'd be quite cool. So it's kind of like a fried egg integrated into the toast. So like a toast fried egg hybrid. A fried egg bread? Let's work on that. That's not the best word. A slice of bread, punch a hole through, throwing a pie and butter crack. Yeah, I see. Yes, that's interesting. Cheese on it sounds good as well. I like to cook it over easy and soak up the yolk with a little toast circle. Personally, with fried eggs, I've never been able to flip them or do anything like that. So it's always a one-sided cook, and that you just have to get the white firm enough with no clear runniness, but the yolk has to be runny. And that's how I like a boiled egg as well. I do love a runny yolk. If I could collect a jug of egg yolk and just warm it up to the temperature in a perfectly soft boiled egg, I could neck that. I could just drink that. I know it'd be no good for me, and I'd probably end up feeling very bad the next day just for, eating so much rich food. But fuck it. If someone wants to make that happen, I'm going to bang the table with the microphone on like an idiot. If someone wants to make that happen, I'm your yolk. I'm your yolk drinker. That's what I am. Eggy bread. What a completely British way to say French toast. I thought French toast was like a fried bread. I didn't realize I thought French toast was like a fried bread, not necessarily with egg, with a sprinkling of like cinnamon or sugar on. Or maybe that's different. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding. I'm not what you would call a kitchen expert. I'm very much in the either do what you always do school of cooking, or wildly experimental. So I do something I call the 300 cake or the 250 cake, where you get either 300 or 250 grams of flour, the same amount of sugar, a wallop of butter, and then whatever else and a couple of eggs, and that makes a nice cake. It's quite good. I don't like spongy, like Victoria sponge cakes. I like a nice crumbly, the kind of thing that you can't really get out of the tin without bits coming off of it. Ooh, I love a cake like that, and then put a bit of custard on it. Ooh, lovely custard and cake. Anyway, you should Google and make shakshuka. I've never had eggnog. I've never even seen eggnog. In the UK, it's not really a big thing. It may be available, but I've literally never come across any. I think American movies is pretty much my only context for eggnog. Runny eggs poached in sauce of tomatoes, onions, and peppers. It does sound nice. I have to give it a little look. What's it called again? Shakshuka, he says, like as if he's going to remember any of this in the morning when he wakes up. Maybe pop that in the Discord. That might I might actually make it to my table. Eggnog, alcoholic dairy and egg smoothie. It doesn't sound terrible. Is it kind of like Advocaat, the old Dutch custard drink? It's not actually custard, is it? Yes, microwave mug cakes. We've done those with the kids before. They are very tasty. Similar in sort of taste and texture to the tinned cakes you get. When you get that the big tin, you take the top off and you just plop it out and cook it. That's very similar to what you get when you make a mug cake. Definitely pronouncing it correctly. Well, that's good. There was once I had a takeaway from an Indian restaurant called Indian Kitchen I used to live nearby, and it's now under different management. It's a totally different place, but I had this stint where I ate from it really regularly, and there was one dish that I absolutely adored, and I've never been able to find it anywhere else. And it's got to the point now where I can't actually remember what it was even called. Is it chicken shashlik or something? But it wasn't. Wherever I order it from somewhere else, it turns out to be a completely different thing. It was like a minced meat, sort of like not a spicy curry, but a very sort of savoury tasting thing. Oh, if only I knew what it was called, I just absolutely loved it. You're not even on my Discord. Oh, well, I mean, no pressure. I mean, feel free not to. You don't have to. But usually, as I said before, if you've got a point that I might want to have a look at later down the line, pop it in the Discord rather than in the chat, or both. I don't mind, because very rarely will I return to a Twitch chat after the stream and re-look over it. Very, very rarely. But the Discord, I can pop in there and have a look all the time. It's not the busiest Discord, but we do have bursts of chit-chat going on, usually propagated by Dwarf Fortress. Something will happen, someone will talk about Dwarf Fortress, and then suddenly the conversation will leap into life. But every now and again, other things get talked about. We have a few different rooms. No pressure. If you like the idea, check it out. If you're not interested, that's cool too. So where were we? Shawarma, or however it's spelled, shawarma. That's definitely something I've heard of. Shawarma. That's not the dish. No, it wasn't that. It was like a murg or it wasn't a biryani. Oh God, I can't remember now. I can't remember. It was a beautiful dish though, and one day it will come to my memory again, and I'll get it from somewhere, and I'll be able to eat it. Chicken chat puri. I absolutely love chicken chat puri. I don't know what it is about it, but what a starter. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, enough of this banter. I can't sit here talking about takeaway food. That's madness. Oh, thank you very much, Fuzzatron. Check this out. If you think it's lovely now, let me just... It's much bigger than you thought it was. There you go. Anyway, it is now 22 minutes past 3 in the morning, and I have been streaming for 3 hours and 18 minutes and recording for 3 hours and 11 minutes. So those of you watching on YouTube who have sat through a 3 hour, 11-minute long recording, thank you. Maybe seek the help of a psychiatric professional, unless you watched it in multiple sittings, in which case that's more acceptable. But if you've spent longer than the running time of one of the Lord of the Rings movies watching one of my Dwarf Fortress videos, you might be in a slightly precarious mental health position. I don't want to cast any aspersions. I just want to ask you, maybe reach out and see if other people can help you. Okay? Because this is a long-ass YouTube video. As far as I'm aware, people just don't watch anything over half an hour. So, I mean, I do. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube that's like an hour long. In fact, I watch 3-hour streams. Maybe I should seek mental help. Maybe I should. Tomorrow I'm going to be watching a 3-hour stream. I'm going to be watching the Chilluminati. Absolutely fucking brilliant. I'm hoping they'll be playing The Sims again, but we'll see. I will also be hosting it here, so if anybody wants to come in for about 5 p.m. UK time and join me on a little hosty post, feel free. You're more than welcome to. But as I say, no requirements. Anyway, Liam12 ABC, thank you very much. Oh, Liam121 ABC. I apologise. Liam12L ABC, as if someone would be called that. Thank you very much for putting the link in there. And it's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for joining us. I just spent an entire month in some really intensive therapy at the VA, and I'm still here watching 3-hour streams, so I'm afraid there's no help. Of course, I suppose I didn't account for the people who may be looking to fill time. That's true. There is a definite group of people in the world who have lots of time and need to fill it and are running out of stuff. And, you know, I understand you watching this at that point, of course. If you're holed up or unable to get away, then great. Unless somebody's keeping you against your will, like that Clockwork Orange scene with the little eye clips. If someone's doing that to you and making them watch my material, then, you know, I would probably say that's not great. If you're the person putting the clips in, don't do it. All right? Okay? I mean, especially not if there's more than one person in the room. I mean, if you're doing them individually and I'm getting a view for each one, okay, that's not so bad. But if you've got like 30 people all watching the same screen, come on, mate. How am I supposed to get this channel off the ground if you're going to do that? Come on, Do your Clockwork Orange thing separated. You can't Clockwork Orange people in big groups. It doesn't work. Someone will be able to see the back of the head of the person in front, and it will block their image of the crazy videos you're playing. Come on. Clockwork Orange properly, thank you very much. Anyway, those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure making this outro last 10 minutes, but I have to go. I'll see you later, YouTube. Bye. There we go. That's the recording stopped for the YouTubers. And now, my friends, my viewers, my fellow human beings, presumably, apologies if you're not, I'm going to save the game of Dwarf Fortress and I'm going to head back to the home screen to do the whole goodbye sign-off bit. Oh, I'm going to put my legs up. I'm going to lean back a bit on the sofa. I should have done this ages ago. My knees are fucking burning. What do I have against eye clips? Nothing in particular, just I wouldn't want to have them put on me, unfortunately. That would be a bit of a uncomfortable situation, I feel. I put you on when I'm sleeping a lot. Helps to have something to focus on when I wake up from a nightmare. I'm a very poor sleeper. Man, if you're coming out of a nightmare to the nonsense that's spouted out of my mouth and you're listening to me in the half sleep, half waking kind of liminal state between consciousness and unconsciousness, I'm not sure that's going to have the effect you're hoping for. I'm not sure that's going to help. I'm pretty sure that could have ramifications, problems, side effects, issues. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I mean, it's your choice. You can live how you want. You can completely ignore your mental health, if that's what you want to do. But you don't have to. What am I talking about? It's because it's 3:27 in the morning. That's why it's all getting a little bit slapdash, a bit lackadaisical, a bit off the rails. Let's have a little look here. Claycree says, I've already mentioned the eye clips. Como1 says, so the entrance to your fortress is a massive graveyard. Very welcoming. That's true. It's not great for the migrants. They all turn up and go, oh, I see you've put all the dead outside. That's reassuring as we turn up. But for your opponents, it's like, it's a different story. They come up and they go, oh, look at all the dead. Obviously, they're easy to kill. Let's try a little less hard. Let's get a bit sloppier. Let's not put all of our 100% into our effort. And then, of course, then they get to the fortress and realise, oh, none of these people were killed by enemies. That's not true, strictly speaking. We did have that Cyclops kill a load of people. Most of the people in my fortress have died to accidents and severe mental trauma. But hey, what can you do, really? Dwarves are wont to do that kind of thing. Anyway, it has been a genuine pleasure streaming for you. If you're interested in catching more of my streams, I stream regularly on Mondays and Thursdays, late night UK time. Although I do occasionally do daytime streams, which I meant to do this week, but didn't because fucking lazy. And, usually in those streams I'll play different games from what I'm playing in my main scheduled streams. At the moment, it's all Dwarf Fortress all the time, but I'm sure something else will come up soon. Red Dead is tempting me on PC, but I am not that excited for it, like it being so fucking long. So if I get it, I might not stream it, and I might wait a while before it goes. So when it goes down in price, so I don't pay like 50 fucking quid for it, because I don't think I'm going to relish that. Death Stranding, if it comes to PC, very interesting. But anyway, enough. I'm waffling. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a genuine pleasure. If you want to come to the Discord, you're more than welcome to. We've got to host somebody. Shit, I forgot. Let's do a raid. Let me check out on my phone here. Let's see who's playing Dwarf Fortress. Oh, according to my phone, I've gone offline. Oh, that's a shame. I thought I was online. I thought I could watch myself, but there's 26 people watching according to this. That's nice and high. Right, let's go to the Dwarf Fortress section. We currently have Nirodon. Nirodon doesn't accept raids. We learned that last time. We have Isures. Not familiar with them. Give them a raid. And we've got Sayadid. You know what? Should we do it? I mean, we can't raid Nirodon, the top one. But this lad in the middle here, this chap, should we give him a raid? He's playing Dwarf Fortress. Hopefully he'll be a lovely fella. Hopefully he'll be a nice chap. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll line it up. I've had good experiences and bad experiences with these sort of unannounced raids, but we'll get there. Raid space. What's his name again? ISURESS. ISURESS. Boom. Those of you wanting to join us, feel free. Those of you who are going to toddle off, I don't blame you. It's a little late here. I don't know what time it is where you are, but hopefully it's not past your bedtime, because that's naughty. Get to bed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching again. It's been a genuine pleasure. Hopefully this guy will be good fun for you too, and I'll see you around in the future. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. There we go. That's the raid sent out. I better go to the channel and actually watch it. And if any of you who haven't joined the raid, I don't know if you can actually still see me, but maybe you can. I'll be stopping recording or streaming in just a moment. 28% battery, of course. Why would I have a fully charged battery? That would be madness. Anyway, bye-bye.